Chapter 51 Lin Xiong. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Bang, 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 after a round of crazy attacks, the sharp claw beast finally couldn't bear it anymore, roared, and fell to the ground and died on the spot. The second and third level monsters around it retreated when they saw the sharp claw beast die. These monsters were led by the sharp claw beast to go out and plunder, and without the guidance of the sharp claw beast, the monster group quickly retreated, and only a few monsters remained in place, but under the attack of Lin Chen and the other four, they all fell to the ground and died. Seeing this, Lin Chen slowly exhaled. These monsters all came out from the outer periphery of the Malian Mountains. If Lin Chen had known that there would be a group of monsters attacking tonight, he would not have stayed here overnight. Lin Chen smiled bitterly, and turned his head to look at the body of the sharp claw beast. Gripping the fine steel sword in his hand, he slowly walked towards the body of the sharp claw beast. The most precious parts of this sharp claw beast are undoubtedly its two claws and the inner elixir in its body. The claws of the sharp claw beast are harder than black iron and are the main material for refining weapons. As for the inner elixir, the fourth level inner elixir is the main material for refining high-level elixirs, and its preciousness is beyond doubt. However, just as Lin Chen picked up a sharp claw beast claw that he had cut off and was about to cut off another sharp claw of the sharp claw beast, a cold voice suddenly came. "Boy, put down the claw immediately." That as the voice fell, the 9th level peak warrior of the physical training realm who originally wanted to snatch Lin Chen's Qingyuan horse slowly walked over and looked at Lin Chen with a cold expression. The other two warriors also came over. One of them was in the early 9th level of the physical training realm, and the other was in the middle 9th level of the physical training realm. Lin Chen shook his head and said, "I want these two claws, you can choose others." Some time ago, he trained in the Malian Mountains and killed many monsters. In addition to the continuous fighting in recent times, the fine steel sword in Lin Chen's hand has become a little blunt, and the claws of the sharp claw beast are undoubtedly the best material for refining a sword. I'm telling you to get out of here right now. Be smart and don't take anything. Otherwise, I, Xiong, guarantee that you will never live to see the sun rise tomorrow. Perhaps he saved his life. The 9th level warrior who called himself Xiong was very excited and laughed. The other two warriors looked at each other after hearing this, and a hint of hesitation flashed in their eyes. The three of them were able to survive thanks to Lin Chen. If Lin Chen hadn't stopped them in advance, they would probably have died at this moment. However, the value of the monster materials on the 4th level low-level sharp claw beast is not low. If there is one less person to share, wouldn't they get more monster materials? The two were silent for a moment, looking to the side, as if they didn't see Lin Chen and Xiong. Seeing this, Lin Chen remained calm and said calmly, "You should pray that you can still see the sun rise tomorrow." "You." Xiong's face changed, and then he laughed and snorted, Okay. Boy, I wanted to spare your life, but since you are so ignorant, don't blame me for being cruel." That as soon as he finished speaking, Xiong suddenly raised his sword and chopped it down at Lin Chen. Whirlwind slash. That as soon as the sword came out, a gust of wind blew up. When Xiong killed the sharp claw beast before, he used a lot of force in the whirlwind slash. However, as soon as his sword fell, he saw Lin Chen suddenly clang and pulled out the fine steel sword, and then a flash of sword light flashed in front of him. As the sword light flashed, Xiong only felt a pain in his arm, and his left arm was hit by Lin Chen. "Ah!" Xiong screamed. The sword in his hand shook, and chopped on the ground beside him, with cold sweat on his forehead. The two warriors next to him turned their heads and looked at Lin Chen in astonishment. Xiong, a warrior at the peak of the 9th level of the physical training realm, was actually injured by Lin Chen's sword. You know, Lin Chen is only at the early 7th level of the physical training realm, and his strength should not be so strong. Bastard. Xiong was injured by Lin Chen's sword, and he cursed angrily, but when he thought of Lin Chen's lightning-fast sword just now, he couldn't help but feel cold in his heart, and he stood there and didn't dare to attack Lin Chen again. Lin Chen didn't even look at Xiong, turned around, cut off the other claw of the sharp claw beast, put it into the storage spirit ring, and was about to leave. Seeing Lin Chen put away the two claws of the sharp claw beast as if no one was around, Xiong's face instantly turned pale, and he wanted to cut Lin Chen with a knife. He turned around and shouted to the two warriors next to him, "Brothers, don't make a move." This kid took the two claws away. This. The two looked at each other, looked at Xiong, and then looked at Lin Chen. After a slight hesitation, the two men stepped forward at the same time and walked towards Lin Chen. "Boy, leave your claws." Swift wind fist. The two men made up their minds and immediately used their martial arts to attack Lin Chen together with Xiong. Looking for death. Lin Chen had never thought of taking the sharp claw beast alone, he just wanted to take away the two claws. Moreover, he had contributed the most in the battle, so it was reasonable for him to take away the two claws, but these three people just didn't want him to do so. Lin Chen was angry, and he raised the fine steel sword in his hand. A sword energy shot out from the fine steel sword and hit one of the warriors directly. With a puff, the warrior felt dizzy before he could react to what was going on, and fell to the ground and died on the spot. At the same time, the attack of another warrior and the attack of Xiong also fell on Lin Chen. Bang bang. Two dull sounds, Xiong's broadsword, and the palm of another warrior all fell on Lin Chen's chest. However, after being hit by these two attacks, Lin Chen actually retreated more than 10 steps without changing his face, and on his body, there was a faint bronze light. How is this possible? Xiong and the warriors' faces changed drastically. The two of them attacked together, but they couldn't do anything to Lin Chen. Don't know whether to live or die. Lin Chen snorted coldly, and struck out with the fine steel sword in his hand. The two only saw several sword shadows flashing in the air, and then they felt a pain in their throats, dizziness, and then they both fell to the ground and died on the spot. After killing these two people, Lin Chen's face did not change at all. If others don't offend me, I won't offend others. Lin Chen is not bloodthirsty, but he is not afraid of fighting. Since these three people want his life, then he has to kill them. On this hill, there are only Lin Chen and a large number of embarrassed monster corpses. Lin Chen shook his head slightly. In addition to the sharp claw beast, there were many other monster corpses, which could definitely be sold for a lot of spirit stones. In addition, there were more than 10 corpses of the body refining realm warriors. There should be a lot of good things in their storage rings. It was completely unexpected. Lin Chen did not expect that he would be the biggest winner in the end. With the soul power spreading in his mind, Lin Chen began to count the battlefield. There were more than 50 level 2 monsters and more than 20 level 3 monsters. From the corpses of the body refining realm warriors, Lin Chen found more than 20 storage rings, which contained a total of 20,000 low-grade spirit stones, more than 10 bottles of various elixirs, and more than 10 secret books. After collecting these things, Lin Chen turned to collect materials from the sharp claw beast. The fur of the sharp claw beast is hard and soft, which is just right for making a hilt. Lin Chen cut off all the more valuable materials from the sharp claw beast. Just as he was about to stand up, Lin Chen's soul power suddenly scanned a sphere in the mind of the sharp claw beast. Hey, it's the inner elixir. Lin Chen's face flashed with joy. He had scanned the sharp claw beast casually before, but missed this inner elixir. Fortunately, when leaving, Lin Chen had a sudden inspiration and scanned it again. After putting away the inner elixir, Lin Chen felt refreshed, and then he used the Qingyuan step and ran straight towards the huge city in the east. The Qingyuan horse was attacked when the monsters besieged it, and now Lin Chen could only walk forward. Time passed quickly. After experiencing the monster attack, Lin Chen did not dare to rest anymore. He only rested for 1 or 2 hours during the day and continued to move forward. After a few days, a huge city finally stood in front of Lin Chen. Even though he had an impression of this city in his heart, he couldn't help but be slightly shocked when he saw it in person. The city wall alone was dozens of feet high, and the city gate was wide and huge, which could accommodate tens of thousands of people at the same time. And this city was also very prosperous, with warriors and ordinary people coming in and out in an endless stream. On the gate, there are 3 ancient and powerful characters that make people feel awe at a glance. Zhenwu City. Lin Chen paused and walked slowly inside. The Lin family of Zhenwu City is the largest force in Zhenwu City. The residential area is also vast. It is located in a large urban area in the north of Zhenwu City. The lord of Zhenwu City is also the head of the Lin family, Lin Xiaotian, a master at the peak of the true Dao realm. Along the way, Lin Chen did not look around, but went straight to the Lin family compound. Although the Lin family compound occupies a vast area, Lin Chen is only the illegitimate son of the head of the Lin family. In addition, Lin Chen's talent was average before, so his status in the family can be imagined. Therefore, the place where he lives is just a very remote courtyard in the Lin family compound, almost like a servant. When Lin Chen was young, his father Lin Xiaotian arranged a maid for Lin Chen, but as Lin Chen entered the Tianji Sect, the maid also left the Lin family and went to the countryside, at the same time. In the Lin family compound, on a corridor, 3 young men who looked about 17 years old were chatting and walking towards the gate of the compound. "Brother Tai, the annual sacrifice is just a few days away, why hasn't Brother Xiong come back yet?" One of the young men asked curiously. These 3 people are Lin Tai, Lin Zong and Lin Yun. The one who just spoke was Lin Yun, and the brother Xiong mentioned by Lin Yun is Lin Tai's elder brother Lin Xiong. Lin Tai, Lin Qi and Lin Xiong are the elders of the Lin family and the descendants of Lin Chen's uncle. Among them, Lin Xiong has the best qualifications. At the age of 17, he broke through to the early stage of Tiangang realm and was a genius disciple of the inner sect of Tianling sect. And Lin Qi is also quite extraordinary. In the middle of this year, he also broke through to the early stage of Tiangang realm and was a genius second only to Lin Xiong and Lin Shui. At the end of this year, Lin Xiong did not return to the family, so the first place in the clan competition fell on Lin Shui. If he came back, it would be very inspiring to compete for the first place in the clan competition. But everyone didn't know whether he would come back this year. Lin Tai is Lin Xiong's 3rd brother. If you ask him, you might get some information. Lin Tai smiled and said proudly, "You don't have to think too much about this. My eldest brother wrote to me a few days ago and said that he would come back this year. With my eldest brother back, he will definitely be the first in the clan competition this year. Yes, Brother Xiong is very talented. He will definitely win the clan competition this year. Although sister Lin Shui is also quite capable, she is still slightly inferior to Brother Xiong." Speaking of Lin Xiong, Lin Zong and Lin Yun couldn't help but show a touch of admiration on their faces. Lin Xiong has a very high status among the younger generations of the Lin family. Many of the younger generations of the Lin family are working hard to cultivate with Lin Xiong as their goal. Chapter 52, Trouble Lin Chen. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Zong and Lin Yun are the descendants of the 2nd and 3rd elders of the Lin family respectively. They are only of average or lower talent and they admire Lin Xiong in their hearts. Lin Tai nodded slightly, with a proud look on his face. He pondered for a moment and said, "You can't say that. There are still many geniuses in our Lin family. Which one of them is not a genius, such as Lin Lang and Lin Gu?" At this point, Lin Tai paused abruptly, a playful look flashed across his face, and he said, "I wonder if that waste Lin Chen will come back this year. If he comes back, there will be another joke to watch. Lin Chen. He was so embarrassed last year that he dared to come back to participate in the clan competition. As a result, he was beaten as soon as he entered the field, becoming a joke of last year's clan competition. In my opinion, he may not have the courage to come back this year. I don't know what the family thinks. Such a waste was sent to Tianji Sect. It's a waste of family resources." Lin Zong and Lin Yun shook their heads, as if they were insulted by being in the same family with Lin Chen. "Hee, it's okay. I don't think he dares to come back." Lin Tai said with a smile. In the past, Lin Chen had average talent, weak strength, and was a coward, and was often bullied by these people. It was for this reason that Lin Chen was given the title of waste. However, despite this, Lin Chen never gave up practicing. After entering Tianji Sect, he practiced more diligently. Unfortunately, his talent was really average. At the end of last year, he was still in the middle stage of the 4th level of the body refining realm. After returning to the sect, he made a slight breakthrough and advanced to the late stage of the 4th level of the body refining realm. After listening to Lin Tai's words, Lin Zong and Lin Yun both nodded. But the next moment, a slight sound of footsteps came from the end of the corridor. The three of them turned their heads subconsciously, but when they saw it, they couldn't help but be stunned. It was Lin Chen. Huh? Lin Tai looked stunned, and Lin Zong and Lin Yun also had a weird expression. It's really like talking about Chow Chow, and Chow Chow will appear. TSK, you are so brave, Lin Chen, I didn't expect you to dare to come back this year. Lin Tai reacted quickly, and seemed to want to show off himself, and couldn't help but mock Lin Chen. Lin Zong and Lin Yun on the side looked at Lin Chen jokingly, with a helpless expression. However, to the surprise of the three people, Lin Chen only glanced at the three people, then turned around and continued to walk forward, not taking them seriously at all. Seeing this, Lin Tai couldn't help but be stunned, his face slightly unhappy. He moved his feet, moved 2 steps to the left, just in front of Lin Chen. Hee, Lin Chen, you just returned to the family, just let us test your strength, otherwise if you are still like last year, just on the stage, you are suppressed and beaten, isn't this a shame for our family? Lin Tai smiled sinisterly and said. Lin Chen stopped and said lightly, you'd better get out of my way now. Hearing this, Lin Tai's face changed immediately. Originally, he just wanted to tease Lin Chen and find an opportunity to teach Lin Chen a lesson in a few days. Who would have thought that Lin Chen didn't take him seriously at all, and his tone of voice was even more contemptuous. Lin Zong and Lin Yun beside him also looked at each other and felt Lin Tai's anger. Lin Chen, it seems that you have grown courage after not seeing you for a year. Lin Tai's face was gloomy and he said fiercely, if I don't teach you a lesson today, you will be even more arrogant in the future. While speaking, Lin Tai took 2 steps forward and grabbed Lin Chen's chest with one hand. It seemed that he wanted to lift Lin Chen up with one hand. Lin Zong and Lin Yun looked at each other and smiled helplessly. In their opinion, Lin Chen was really too ignorant. Since he had just returned home, he should be honest, otherwise he would only cause trouble for himself. But it's no use to regret it now. Today, Lin Chen is destined to be taught a lesson by Lin Tai. However, just when Lin Zong and Lin Yun felt pity for Lin Chen, they saw Lin Chen suddenly raised one hand and slapped Lin Tai's face. Snap. A crisp sound rang out. The next moment, Lin Tai was seen flying backwards like a kite with a broken string, and finally hit a wooden beam. Looking at his face again, there were 5 bright red finger marks. Ah! Puff! Lin Tai, who fell under the wooden beam, suddenly opened his mouth and spit out a mouthful of blood. His face was as pale as a piece of white paper. This. Lin Zong and Lin Yun were stunned for a moment, looking at Lin Chen dumbfounded. They knew Lin Tai's strength very well. If they fought alone, neither Lin Zong nor Lin Yun would be Lin Tai's opponent. However, when he met Lin Chen, he was slapped into such a state by him. Even if Lin Chen did not use the ancient bronze body refining technique, the power of his slap should not be underestimated, and it was not something that Lin Tai, a peak warrior of the 7th level of the body refining realm, could resist. After slapping Lin Tai away, Lin Chen's face did not change at all. He did not even look at Lin Tai and the other two, and walked straight ahead, and Lin Zong and Lin Yun, as if stupid, stared at Lin Chen leaving. Returning to the remote courtyard, he had not lived here for a year, and the whole courtyard was full of dust. After Lin Chen spent a little time tidying up the courtyard, he entered the room and began to practice. Lin Tai's wanton harassment did not cause Lin Chen's slightest emotional fluctuation. Lin Tai was only of average qualifications in the Lin family, and his status was not high. If he did not have 2 brothers with good talents, his treatment would not be much higher than Lin Chen. Time passed slowly, and in the blink of an eye, a few days later. Ha! Lin Chen exhaled lightly and woke up from his practice. At the same time, 2 cracking sounds were heard in his hands, and he saw that the 2 low-grade spirit stones in his hands were cracked several times. If it were other body-refining realm warriors, they would not dare to use 2 medium-grade spirit stones to practice at the same time. After all, the spiritual energy of heaven and earth in the medium-grade spirit stones is too huge. If they are not careful, they will be injured by this huge spiritual energy of heaven and earth, but Lin Chen is not like that. Although the spiritual energy of heaven and earth in these medium-grade spirit stones is rich, it is more refined after being purified by the small cauldron, but the quantity is not huge. Therefore, Lin Chen can practice with 2 medium-grade spirit stones at the same time. After several days of hard practice, the true energy in Lin Chen's dantian is already very rich. It is estimated that in a short time, he will break through to the middle stage of the 7th level of the body refining realm. However, Lin Chen has paid a great price to cultivate the true energy in his body to such a richness. After this period of continuous hard practice, there are only less than 100 of the 300 medium-grade spirit stones on him. As for the medium-grade chi-gathering pill, it has been used up long ago. Lin Chen shook his head slightly and thought, it seems that I should go buy some mid-grade chi-gathering pills. As for the mid-grade spirit stones, the effect should be better when I use them when my cultivation is about to break through. Lin Chen's cultivation can break through in such a short period of time, and the mid-grade spirit stones have played an indispensable role. But it is too extravagant to use mid-grade spirit stones for cultivation. If Lin Chen continues to cultivate to the Tiangang realm, the mid-grade spirit stones consumed may make the spirit stones of some small families inoperative. Without thinking too much, Lin Chen stood up, opened the door, and went straight out. Xianxia City is a big city with many warriors in the city and close to the Malian Mountains. Therefore, Xianxia City supplies all kinds of spiritual objects needed by warriors. If Lin Chen wants to buy mid-grade chi-gathering pills, he can go directly to the pill shop in Xianxia City. However, just when Lin Chen walked out of the door, a surprised voice suddenly came, Lin Chen. Hearing this voice, Lin Chen was stunned and turned his head. He happened to see a young man about 17 years old not far behind him, looking at him with surprise. This young man, whose cultivation level is the 9th level of the body refining realm, has a trace of evil spirit on his body, and he has obviously experienced real fighting. Seeing the person clearly, Lin Chen also smiled and said, Linan, long time no see. Linan was Lin Chen's childhood friend. When Lin Chen was bullied, he often helped him. The two had a very good relationship. However, after Lin Chen entered the Tianji Sect, Linan also worshipped a master in the late Tiangang realm. Since then, he has been training outside all year round, and only returns to the family once at the end of the year. Yeah, I haven't seen you for a year. Linan rushed to Lin Chen, looked at Lin Chen carefully, and then suddenly showed a look of surprise on his face, and laughed, good boy, you are amazing. I haven't seen you for a year, and your cultivation level has actually increased by 3 levels. You are capable. Linan gave a thumbs up, with an admiring look. Lin Chen shook his head and said with a smile, you are the same, too. I remember that last year, you were only at the peak of the 8th level of the physical training realm. Today, I see that you are already at the late 9th level of the physical training realm. Hey, it's because my master is too strict, otherwise how could I improve my cultivation so quickly? Linan shook his head and said with a chuckle, okay, we rarely see each other once a year, let's not talk about this today, let's go drink together. As they said that, the two laughed at the same time. At this moment, Lin Chen was also very happy to see Linan. The two chatted while walking towards Xianxia City. The street was crowded with people. Lin Chen and Linan chose a nice-looking restaurant and walked in. After ordering good dishes and good wine, the two had a long and free talk. From Linan, Lin Chen learned that since the clan competition at the end of last year, Linan followed his master to Yannan country, south of Yannan Territory, where the master and apprentice actually worked together to wipe out a gang of thieves, which was a great reputation in Yannan country. When Linan learned that Lin Chen was now an inner disciple of Tianji Sect, he was also shocked, and then he was happy for Lin Chen's progress. After lunch, Lin Chen and Linan walked out of the restaurant and walked slowly on the street. However, not long after walking, a group of people suddenly came from the end of the street. Among this group of people were Lin Tai, Lin Zong and Lin Yun. When Lin Tai saw Lin Chen, his eyes suddenly became a little resentful, gritting his teeth, and he wanted to teach Lin Chen a lesson immediately. However, when he thought of being slapped away by Lin Chen before, he couldn't help but stop, just standing there and looking at Lin Chen angrily. Lin Chen was also slightly stunned when he saw this group of people. He came out for a walk, but he didn't expect to meet Lin Tai and others. Lin Chen, are these bastards bothering you again? Seeing that the atmosphere was not right, Lin suddenly spoke in a deep voice. When he was a child, Lin Chen was often bullied by Lin Tai and his group, and Lin often helped him. In the end, Lin was often bullied by these people, so Lin had no good feelings towards Lin Tai and his group. At this moment, when he saw Lin Tai staring at Lin Chen angrily, although Lin was a little surprised why Lin Tai was angry, he still thought that Lin Tai was looking for trouble with Lin Chen. Chapter 53 Qingyuan Fruit. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Lin Chen shook his head and told Lin what happened. After learning what happened, Lin was even more surprised. Originally, Lin Chen's cultivation had improved by 3 realms in 1 year, which surprised him. However, Lin Tai was at the 7th level of the body refining realm, a full 3 levels higher than Lin Chen, but he was still ignored by Lin Chen. With a hard slap, he flew away. However, although he was surprised, when he thought that Lin Tai said Lin Chen was a waste behind his back, he couldn't help but feel angry. However, before Lin had time to speak, he suddenly saw Lin Tai turn around and glance at a young man behind him. The young man was in the early stage of Tiangang realm. When Lin Tai saw the young man's indifferent expression, he let go of the big stone in his heart. Actually walked toward Lin Chen menacingly. Lin Chen, you loser dares to hit me. Today I will pay you back with interest. Lin Tai roared ferociously, and then he rushed forward and raised his hand, as if he wanted to imitate Lin Tai. When Chen hit him, he slapped Lin Chen back. Lin Chen's expression remained unchanged and he glanced lightly at the young man behind Lin Tai. The young man was about 19 years old and at the early stage of Tiangang realm. He looked straight at Lin Chen with a faint smile on his face. It's Lynch. Lin Tai, Lin Qi and their genius disciple Lin Xiong are the descendants of Uncle Lin Chen and the eldest elder of the Lin family, Lin Xiaotian. Among the 3, except Lin Tai, Lin Qi and Lin Xiong are both extremely talented children among the younger generations of the Lin family. Lin Qi broke through to the early Tiangang realm when he was 18 years old, and is now an inner disciple of the Wushuang Hall, one of the 5 great sects in the Yannan region. Lin Tai and others originally came to pick up Lin Qi at the city gate today, but they did not expect to meet Lin Chen and Lin here after picking up Lin Qi. However, with Lin Qi's support, Lin Tai was not afraid of Lin Chen at all. Lin Tai, what do you want to do? Seeing this situation, Lin beside Lin Chen frowned and scolded. Hearing this, Lin Tai not only did not stop, but accelerated towards Lin Chen with an even more ferocious expression. Court death. Lin N's face darkened when he saw that Lin Tai turned a deaf ear to his words. Immediately, Lin N's body moved forward, and his whole body appeared in front of Lin Chen in an instant. At this time, Lin Tai's attack was about to fall, but Lin Tai is fast, and Lin N is even faster. Lin N suddenly raised one foot and swept towards Lin Tai. Lin N's cultivation level is at the late stage of the 9th level of the body refining realm, which is much higher than that of Lin Tai. Coupled with the resentment in his heart towards Lin Tai and others, this leg is completely unreserved, and the true energy in his body is crazy. Xiong used all his strength. Boom! Lin N's thigh swept hard against Lin Tai's body, and the huge force directly sent the latter's body flying backwards. Lin Zong, Lin Yun and others nearby exclaimed. Lin N used all his strength in this attack. Lin Tai would definitely be injured if he was hit like this. However, just as Lin Tai's body was about to hit the ground, a figure suddenly flashed past, and everyone's eyes were dazzled. The next moment, Lin Qi appeared next to Lin Tai, and firmly grasped the back of Lin Tai with one hand. The body is about to fall. Second brother. Lin Tai's face lit up when he saw Lin Qi saving him. Originally, he wanted to take advantage of Lin Qi's support to get a head start on Lin Chen. Who knew that Lin N would intervene and completely ruin his chances, but if Lin Qi takes action, won't he be able to teach Lin Chen a lesson? Even if Lin N is here, it won't help. It has been a year since Lin Qi broke through to the early stage of the Tiangang realm, and his cultivation has already been consolidated. It is definitely not something that Lin N, a warrior at the late 9th level of the body refining realm, can deal with. Yeah. Hearing Lin Tai's call, Lin Chi nodded slightly, still with a faint smile on his face. Putting down Lin Tai in his hand, Lin Chi turned his head and looked at Lin and Lin Chen opposite. Lin, that's good, but I want to see if you can take my slap. Lin Chi stretched out a palm, moved slightly, and moved towards Lin. His palm looked ordinary and without any power, but when the children of the Lin family around him saw it, they all screamed in surprise. Lin Chi was in the early stage of Tiangang realm and was extremely powerful than Lin. Even if his palm was a casual one, it was definitely not something that Lin, a warrior at the late 9th level of the body refining realm, could handle. Once it is implemented on Lin, the latter will definitely be injured. Lin returned to the family this time in order to participate in the clan competition at the end of the year. Being injured at this moment would be extremely detrimental to the upcoming clan competition. Seeing this situation, Lin's expression also changed, but he did not retreat. He gritted his teeth and was about to use all his strength to receive Lin Chi's palm, but at this moment, a figure suddenly appeared in front of Lin. The figure made a fist with one hand and punched Lin Chi's fist. It was also light and calm, as if it was just a random punch. However, when Lin Zong and others saw this, their expressions changed, and they looked in disbelief at the figure who punched Lin Chi. It's Lin Chen. Lin's expression changed drastically. Lin Chen, be careful. Are you looking for death? Even Lin is no match for Lin Chi. He is a warrior at the early stage of the 7th level of the body refining realm, and yet he takes the initiative to face Lin Chi's attack. Lin Zong murmured, with a look of ridicule on his face. Lin Chi was also slightly surprised, and then a tease appeared on his face. Since Lin Chen took the initiative to attack, he couldn't be blamed. Boom! Lin Chen's fist collided with Lin Chi's palm, making a dull sound of flesh collision. The next moment, Lin Chi felt a strong force coming from the palm of his hand, and his body couldn't help but take a few steps back. Lin Chen, on the other hand, took a few steps back without changing his expression. It seemed that he did not use all his strength in this attack. Seeing this scene, everyone around them was stunned. Immediately, their eyes widened and they looked at Lin Chen and Lin Chi in astonishment. Have equal shares? Lin Chen, who was in the early stage of the 7th level of the body refining realm, and Lin Chi, who was in the early stage of the Tiangang realm, exchanged palms with each other, and the result turned out to be an even tie. Totally unexpected. More importantly, it seemed that Lin Chen didn't use all his strength at all, which was really surprising. On the other side, Lin Chi also looked at Lin Chen in shock, obviously not expecting Lin Chen to have such strength. For a time, Lin Chen became the focus of the field. Everyone's eyes were widened and they looked at Lin Chen without blinking. Lin, who was behind Lin Chen, rubbed his eyes, as if he thought he was dazzled. You know, Lin Chen was no match for Lin Tai in the past, but now, he is evenly matched with Lin Chi. The changes before and after are really too great. Facing everyone's gaze, Lin Chen's face did not change, he just looked at Lin Chi lightly. Seeing this situation, everyone couldn't help but be stunned. They must know that with so many people staring at them, if their character is not firm, they will never be able to be as calm as Lin Chen. At this moment, everyone vaguely felt that Lin Chen at this moment was different from Lin Chen before. The noise of Lin Chen and others fighting was not small. As time went by, more and more warriors gathered around, each of them curiously looking at Lin Chen in the center of the crowd. Seeing more and more warriors surrounding him, Lin Chi couldn't hold himself back any longer. If the quarrel continues, the matter will only get worse and worse, and may even lead to punishment from the family. The clan competition is about to begin. Lin Chen, be careful. Lin Chi gave Lin Chen a deep look, and then led Lin Tai and others toward the Lin family compound. The palm he struck just now only used 30% of his true energy. Although he was surprised that Lin Chen could block it, Lin Chi still thought that Lin Chen was not his opponent. There is a huge difference between Tiangang realm warriors and body refining realm warriors. The true energy in Tiangang realm warriors' bodies is stronger in both quality and quantity than that of body refining realm warriors. If there is a real fight, Lin Chi believes that he can easily defeat Lin Chen. Lin Chi and others came and left quickly. In the blink of an eye, they were gone. The warriors around him dispersed when they saw that there was no excitement to be seen. In the blink of an eye, only Lin and Lin Chen were left. After Lin Chi and others left, Lin suddenly showed a smile on his face and said, "Lin Chen, you are hiding deep enough. Even Lin Chi can't do anything to you, but Lin Chen, that Lin Chi is in the early stage of Tiangang realm cultivation, and I don't think he's using all his strength, so you'd better be careful." He paused and continued, "It's really unbelievable. Speaking of which, I would like to thank you very much. If you hadn't taken action in time, I'm afraid I would be lying on the ground now." Although Lin was in the late 9th level of the body refining realm, he was not sure of catching Lin Chi's palm. Therefore, if Lin Chen did not take action, Lin would definitely be injured. Lin Chen shook his head and said with a smile, then Lin Tai rushed over, "Didn't you also help me?" As for Lynch, Lin Chen didn't take his words to heart at all. Lin Chi didn't use all his strength just now, so why did Lin Chen use all his strength? The 3rd level of the ancient bronze body refining technique was completed, and Lin Chen now punched 15,000 kilograms. When fighting Lin Chi before, Lin Chen just threw a random punch, which was not Lin Chen's strongest strength at all. After hearing what Lin Chen said, Lin laughed loudly, and the two of them chatted and headed towards the Lin family compound. After bidding farewell to Lin Chen stayed in his remote courtyard for the next few days to practice hard, and on the early morning of the 2nd day after Lin Chen began to practice hard, Lin Xiong, a genius disciple of the Lin family and a genius disciple of the inner sect of the Tianling Sect, finally returned to the Lin family after being welcomed by Lin Chi, Lin Tai and others. At the clan competition at the end of last year, Lin Xiong did not return, but stayed in the sect to practice hard. Because of this, the first place in last year's clan competition went to Lin Shui, who is also a talented child of the Lin family. Lin Shui, a first-class genius disciple of the Lin family, is no worse than Lin Xiong in terms of talent and qualifications. A genius disciple of the inner sect of Tianling Valley, she is Lin Chen's half-sister, and the most powerful one who will be ranked first in the family competition at the end of this year. Competitor. Lin Shui had returned to his family a few days ago, and at this moment, Lin Xiong, who also had excellent qualifications, also returned to Zhenwu City. "Brother, you are back. If eldest brother comes back this year, then the first place in the clan competition will definitely belong to eldest brother." That when Lin Tai saw Lin Xiong in the Lin family compound, his face suddenly lit up and he chuckled. Lin Xiong is about 19 years old. Although his cultivation is at the early stage of the Tiangang realm like Lin Chi, his aura is obviously stronger than Lin Chi's. Lin Xiong is quite tall, with thick and hard fists. He obviously has some powerful boxing skills. Yeah. After hearing Lin Tai's words, Lin Xiong showed a smile on his face and nodded slightly. He was obviously extremely confident that he would win the first place in the clan competition. "Brother, some time ago, didn't you write to me and tell me that you were going to retreat and practice hard to reach the middle stage of the Tiangang realm? This year, you won't be able to come back. Why is this?" Lin Chi said curiously. On the other side, Lin Xiong took a sip of tea, raised his head and looked at Lin Chi, nodded and said, "Because this year the clan has one more reward than the first place." "What?" Lin Tai blurted out a sentence when he heard the words. Lin Xiong paused, a flash of heat flashed in his eyes, and said, "Qingyuan fruit." Chapter 54, The Clan Competition Begins. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Qingyuan fruit. Lin Tai was stunned and asked inexplicably, "Eldest brother, second brother, what is this Qingyuan fruit for?" Lin Chi on the side was also stunned when he heard this, but soon his eyes became a little fiery and said, "Qingyuan fruit is an auxiliary cultivation fruit, which can save warriors a lot of practice time. It is extremely rare. 10 years it blooms in 10 years and bears fruit in 10 years. It only grows in a hot place in the southernmost part of the Yannan Territory." He paused and continued, "Brother is only one step away from advancing to the middle stage of the Tiangang realm. If he gets this Qingyuan fruit, his cultivation level will definitely break through." "But eldest brother, how can there be a Qingyuan fruit in the family?" Lin Xiong nodded slightly. "He broke through to the early stage of Tiangang realm 2 years ago, and now his cultivation has already reached the bottleneck of breakthrough. If he gets the Qingyuan fruit, his cultivation level will inevitably break through to the middle stage of Tiangang realm. Lin Xiong smiled and said, "You may not know this. The family recently made a deal with a business group in the south, including the Qingyuan fruit. It turns out that Lin Xiong's father, Lin Qingtian, the eldest elder of the Lin family, also asked Lin Xiaotian about Qingyuan fruit and wanted to give it to Lin Xiong. But Lin Xiaotian also wanted to use this Qingyuan fruit to give it to his eldest daughter Lin Shui. The two sides argued for several days and finally decided to reward the first place in the clan competition at the end of the year. After the discussion, Lin Qingtian immediately sent a message to Lin Xiong, telling him to come back during the clan competition at the end of the year. This is also the reason why Lin Xiong wants to return to the family. After listening to Lin Xiong's story, Lin Tai and Lin Qi couldn't help but look at each other. Lin Tai said, "Brother, with your qualifications, this year's clan competition will definitely be yours. By then, with the Qingyuan fruit, eldest brother will be the first among the younger generation of our Lin family to break through to the middle stage of Tiangang realm." Lin Xiong smiled and said nothing. He was obviously confident of winning the first place in the clan competition. Time flies by, and a few days later. The first change of Eagle Strike is Eagle Pounce, and the second change is Eagle Flash. Eagle Pounce is the most powerful attack combined with martial arts, and this Eagle Flash is avoided by moving around in a small area. Lin Chen stood in the middle of the courtyard with a thoughtful expression. Suddenly, his body moved like an eagle and dodged to the side. The Eagle Strike transformation, the first Eagle Pounce transformation, was successfully practiced by Lin Chen when he was in Tianji Sect. As for the second transformation of Eagle Flash, after practicing continuously for several days, Lin Chen also gained something in his heart. If the second transformation of Eagle Flash is successfully practiced, then in the battle, Lin Chen's attacks will be more flexible, and he can advance and retreat. If he encounters a Tiangang realm warrior like Butcher Lao Gao again, Lin Chen will definitely fight much more easily. Call out. A slight sound broke through the air, and then Lin Chen's body appeared hundreds of meters away from him in an instant. His speed was many times faster than Qingyuan Bu. Finally done. Seeing this situation, Lin Chen's face lit up with joy. He practiced for several days and finally succeeded in transforming Eagle Strike into the second form of Eagle Flash. In excitement, Lin Chen moved his body and used Eagle Flash again. Suddenly his figure flickered and appeared, extremely ghostly. After using it continuously for a while, the excitement in Lin Chen's heart gradually calmed down. Early tomorrow morning, the Lin family's annual festival will begin. In the afternoon, it was the end of the year competition among the younger generations of the Lin family. Without thinking much, Lin Chen pulled out the stainless steel sword and started practicing in the yard. At the same time, two middle-aged men with strong aura were standing in the Lin family hall. One of them, wearing the clothes of a deacon of the Lin family, is already at the peak of the Tiangang realm. He is only one step away from becoming a master of the true Dao realm. The other person, dressed in brocade clothes, elegant, with a Chinese character face, stood there quietly, giving people an incomparable feeling of majesty. Head of the family, this year our family has cooperated with a total of 13 forces, and we have made a profit. The warrior at the peak of Tiangang realm is a great deacon of the Lin family. At this moment, he is reporting to Lin Xiaotian, the head of the Lin family, on the family's various events this year. Condition: there is no doubt that the other person is Lin Xiaotian, the head of the Lin family and Lin Chen's father. Lin Xiaotian's cultivation reached the peak of the true Dao realm, and he was the person with the highest cultivation level in the Lin family. After listening to the great deacon's words, Lin Xiaotian nodded slightly. Since Lin Xiaotian became the head of the family, the power of the Lin family has been increasing day by day, and it is a famous family within thousands of miles of Zhenwu city. Seeing that the archdeacon had finished reporting, Lin Xiaotian gently waved his hand, indicating that he could go down. In the past, the archdeacon would have bowed slightly and left, but today, he hesitated and continued, "Master, a few days ago, Lin Chen had a conflict with Lin Qi and Lin Tai in the city." Hearing this, Lin Xiaotian suddenly paused. He pondered for a moment and said, "Send him some healing pills later." The archdeacon hesitated again and said, "Master, Lin Chen was not injured. He and Lin Qi were tied." Moreover, I think he still seems to have some strength left. Is there any remaining energy left? Lin Xiaotian was stunned, with a look of surprise on his face. Although Lin Chen has average qualifications and low cultivation, Lin Xiaotian still always pays attention to Lin Chen. He is also aware of the conflicts between Lin Chen and Lin Tai and others in the past. However, the most he can do is reprimand him for such things. Nothing can be done to Lin Tai. Originally, Lin Xiaotian thought that if Lin Chen failed in cultivation, he would arrange for him to become a deacon outside and take charge of the family business. However, this year, Lin Chen actually had the strength to compete with Lin Qi. Not only that, I remember that at the end of last year, Lin Chen was only in the late 4th level of the body refining realm, but this year, his cultivation has reached the early 7th level of the body refining realm. In addition, his temperament has changed a lot, as if. The chief deacon was also very surprised. He paused for a moment and continued, as if the whole person has changed. Lin Xiaotian laughed, patted the chief deacon on the shoulder, and said with a smile, "You think too much. No matter how Chinner changes, he is still my son. It's a good thing that he can make a difference in martial arts." "Yes, Patriarch, I think of a possibility that fits the changes of young Master Chen before and after." The chief deacon thought for a while and said, "Oh, what kind of possibility?" Lin Xiaotian said. The chief steward paused and said, "Master, throughout history, there have been many heroes who were mediocre and accomplished nothing when they were young, but suddenly became enlightened when they reached middle age, and their talents increased greatly, becoming great heroes of a generation, and their reputations resounded throughout the Tianling Continent. Didn't Su Lei from Sanglong Valley break through to the realm of the true way not long ago? He was just a disciple with average talent before, but suddenly became enlightened, and then his cultivation increased greatly, and he occupied the position of the top core disciple in one fell swoop. I just don't know if Lin Chen is also for this reason. The Tianling Continent is vast and has all kinds of people. Many heroes who are now famous have also been unknown. There are too many disciples like Su Lei in the Tianling Continent." Lin Xiaotian pondered for a moment and nodded. "Well, it's possible." Although Lin Chen's talent was average in the past, his heart to pursue martial arts has never changed, and he practices diligently every day. Thinking of this, Lin Xiaotian couldn't help but smile with relief. Seeing Lin Chen's changes, Lin Xiaotian was also quite relieved. Early in the morning of the next day, the Lin family compound square was full of Lin family members. Although the Lin family is a large family, there are hundreds of family members alone, plus servants, stewards, etc., which is enough to rival a small sect. At this moment, these Lin family members are basically standing here. The ancestor worship in the morning is just an internal activity of the Lin family. And the end-of-year clan competition in the afternoon, when the major forces within hundreds of miles of Zhenwu City will come to watch. One is to see if there are any outstanding children among the younger generation of the Lin family. If not, then this family will not be far from decline. The second is to establish a good relationship with the Lin family. After all, the Lin family is the largest family within thousands of miles and controls the entire Zhenwu City. After Lin Chen sorted out, he came to the square. When the square was quiet, standing in the center were many children of the Lin family, and behind them were the major stewards and servants of the Lin family. As for the elders, the head of the family, and the elders of the older generation of the Lin family, they stood in the front. Soon, the head of the Lin family, the elders of the Lin family, and the elders of the older generation all came over. When passing by the many Lin family members in the middle of the crowd, Lin Xiaotian paused slightly and looked at the many Lin family members with a dignified look. When he saw Lin Chen, Lin Xiaotian's eyes paused slightly, but soon, he led everyone to walk forward again. Lin Chen also looked at Lin Xiaotian curiously. Although he had an impression of Lin Xiaotian in his heart, he still had an indescribable feeling in his heart when he really saw him. The ancestor worship begins. That when the square was still quiet, after Lin Xiaotian whispered, the ancestor worship at the end of the year officially began. The whole square was still quiet, and all the Lin family members looked in awe, looking up and looking at the altar in front of them without blinking. Time passed quickly. After the ancestor worship, all the family members would have lunch together, and then it would be the end-of-year clan competition. At the same time, representatives of various forces will also enter the Lin family compound to watch the Lin family's year-end clan competition. Afternoon, Lin family compound, one by one. Warriors with extraordinary aura and powerful steps walked into the Lin family compound under the leadership of the Lin family steward. Brother Xiaotian, congratulations, the younger generation is better than the older generation, and the Lin family children are role models for the younger generation within a radius of thousands of miles. A middle-aged man laughed and strode towards Lin Xiaotian. This middle-aged man also had an extremely strong aura, and his cultivation was not much inferior to Lin Xiaotian. Lin Xiaotian laughed and said, Brother Luo, you are too kind. Please come in. One by one, the warriors with extraordinary clothes and powerful auras sat down in their respective seats under the arrangement of the steward. It didn't take long before the VIP seats around the Lin family square were filled with representatives and leaders of various forces. As these people sat down, the head of the family Lin Xiaotian, the elder Lin Qingtian and others also sat down in the first seat. Seeing this, a Lin family steward at the peak of the Tiangang realm walked to the center of the square. After a pause, he said loudly, Please all the children participating in the clan competition come over to draw lots. Chapter 55 Betting. You are listening at novelfull.audio. There are quite a few Lin family members participating in the clan competition this time. The clan competition is conducted in a lottery mode. Whoever is drawn will be the opponent in this game. Soon, the lottery was over, and all the children participating in the clan competition had learned their opponents and the time to play. Lin Chen's first opponent is Lin Feng, who is in the middle stage of the 7th level of the body refining realm, and the time is half a quarter of an hour later. However, in his memory, Lin Chen has no impression of Lin Feng at all, which is not surprising. After all, Lin Chen used to practice diligently every day and did not pay too much attention to the outside world. What's more, there are many children in the Lin family, so it is normal for Lin Chen to have no impression of Lin Feng. Without thinking too much, Lin Chen was about to find a place to rest and wait for the game to start. However, at this time, a series of low voices suddenly came from his side. Sister Lin Shui won the first place in the clan competition last year, and this time will be no exception. I bet on Sister Lin Shui 100 low-grade spirit stones. I also bet on Sister Lin Shui 100 low-grade spirit stones. I don't think so. Although Sister Lin Shui is talented, Brother Lin Xiong is equally talented. Although he did not participate in the clan competition last year, I believe in his strength. I bet on Brother Lin Xiong 500 low-grade spirit stones. Not far from Lin Chen, a group of Lin family members gathered together excitedly, holding a number of rings in their hands. They are betting with spirit stones. Seeing this, Lin Chen shook his head. At the end of each year, when the clan competition is held, there will be Lin family members betting, but generally many members will not bet too much. After all, most of the spirit stones have to be used for cultivation, and they don't have many spare spirit stones. Just as Lin Chen turned his head, the crowd suddenly parted, revealing Lin Tai in the middle of the crowd. Lin Tai in the crowd was full of smiles, holding dozens of rings in his hands. It was obvious that he was the one who organized the bet this time. Anyone else want to place a bet? The clan competition will start soon, and then you can't place bets. Lin Tai laughed and said. Hearing Lin Tai's words, many disciples who had not placed a bet showed hesitation on their faces. A disciple in the late 7th level of the body refining realm gritted his teeth and handed the ring in his hand to Lin Tai, saying, I bet Brother Lin Xiong 200 low-grade spirit stones. Me too. I bet Brother Lin Xiong 300 low-grade spirit stones. That with the lead of that disciple, there was another wave of bets around. Lin Tai's smile became even bigger. After putting away all the rings in his hand and recording their bets, he turned his head and saw Lin Chen not far away. Well, Lin Chen. Lin Tai's face turned cold and he stared at Lin Chen with some anger. Obviously, he was still angry about the conflict with Lin Chen a few days ago. Ignoring Lin Tai, Lin Chen turned his head and closed his eyes to rest. Lin Chen had no interest in betting, not to mention that only those who had no confidence in themselves would bet on others. Seeing Lin Chen like this, Lin Tai's eyes suddenly turned, and then he chuckled and walked straight towards Lin Chen. As he walked, he shouted, "Lin Chen, don't you want to know what your odds are? Your odds for getting first place are 30 to 1, hee. Lin Chen, I hope you don't be beaten to beg for mercy at the beginning." Lin Tai spoke loudly, and the disciples around him heard it clearly. They turned their heads and looked at Lin Chen and Lin Tai curiously. 30 to 1. Hearing this odds, Lin Chen couldn't help but feel moved, opened his eyes, and said, 30 to 1, so low. How high do you think your odds can be? With your talent and qualifications, you will definitely not even pass the first game. Seeing that Lin Chen seemed to be defeated, Lin Tai laughed happily. Many disciples around him also made a noise and looked at Lin Chen jokingly. 30 to 1, I am afraid that among all the children who participated in the clan competition, only Lin Chen had this odds, but many children were not surprised. Last year, Lin Chen's odds were 25 to 1, but he was beaten by his opponent as soon as he entered the court, and he had no power to resist at all. This year's odds are a little lower, which is also expected. However, Lin Chen did not care. He still had a faint smile on his face. Suddenly, he smiled and said, "Okay, I'll bet on myself 5,000 low-grade spirit stones." What? Crazy, Lin Chen must be crazy. 5,000 low-grade spirit stones are bet on himself. Isn't this a waste of spirit stones for no reason? That when Lin Chen said this, many Lin family children were stunned, and then they looked at Lin Chen with more sarcasm and disdain. You must know that the strength of the body refining realm warriors and the Tiangang realm warriors is very different, and Lin Chen, a warrior in the early 7th level of the body refining realm, how could he win the first place among many Tiangang realm warriors? He put 5,000 low-grade spirit stones on himself, purely to give spirit stones to Lin Tai. Just as everyone was sighing and mocking, a voice suddenly came. Words are not enough, I said I put 10,000 low-grade spirit stones on myself. Lin Chen is a warrior in the early 7th level of the body refining realm, how could he take out 5,000 low-grade spirit stones? After a pause, the man continued, if I'm not mistaken, Lin Chen didn't want to lose face, so he said this, Lin Chen, am I right? Hearing this, the children of the Lin family around them suddenly realized that young people are competitive and face-saving. This is a fact. They can also understand that Lin Chen made such a move. What's more, 5,000 low-grade spiritual stones is not a small amount. Even if you are a warrior at the early stage of the 7th level of the body refining realm, if you are lucky, it will take several months to earn 5,000 low-grade spiritual stones, and it is still risky. Entering the Maoyan Mountains facing the danger of life and death. In addition, even if you really earn 5,000 low-grade spiritual stones, you still need to buy elixirs, weapons, etc. In this way, there will definitely not be many real mobile spiritual stones. At this moment, everyone obviously did not believe that Lin Chen could produce 5,000 low-grade spiritual stones. Originally, Lin Tai's face was happy when he heard Lin Chen's words, and he also thought that Lin Chen was giving him spiritual stones. However, when he heard this disciple's words, the mockery on his face suddenly became stronger. However, before he could speak, suddenly, he saw Lin Chen flipping his hand, taking out an eye ring, and throwing it towards Lin Tai. Unexpectedly, Lin Chen would suddenly throw the neji. Lin Tai accepted Lin Chen's neji in a panic. With a subconscious thought, he reached into the neji and saw that the neji was filled with 5,000 yuan. Low-grade spiritual stone, full of spiritual energy. After counting the spiritual stones in the ring, Lin Tai suddenly took a breath of air and his eyes widened, full of fiery color. Many of the Lin family disciples around them looked suspicious when they saw Lin Chen throwing the ring to Lin Taina. Now, when they saw Lin Tai's expression, they were all stunned. Lin Chen, if that's the case, then I won't be polite. I will keep these 5,000 low-grade spiritual stones for you temporarily. When you get the first place, well, I will have to give you 150,000 low-grade spiritual stones. Lingsher. Lin Tai looked ecstatic. Although he was surprised that Lin Chen could come up with 5,000 pieces of low-grade spirit stones, at this moment, Lin Tai didn't care about that much, as long as he got the 5,000 pieces. As long as the low-grade spiritual stone is real, as for returning 150,000 low-grade spiritual stones to Lin Chen, the premise must be that Lin Chen can get the first place. Lin Tai smiled secretly in his heart and said, "Hey, you also want to get the first place, Lin Chen, you still go back and practice for another 10 years. What? Lin Chen really took out 5,000 low-grade spiritual stones. After hearing Lin Tai's words, everyone around who had originally mocked Lin Chen for not being able to produce 5,000 low-grade spiritual stones were all stunned, blinked, and looked at Lin Chen in disbelief. These are 5,000 low-grade spiritual stones, not the gold and silver used by ordinary people in the world. Gold and silver are worthless to them, but spiritual stones are really good things that can be used to practice and buy various spiritual objects. It's just that everyone doesn't know that Lin Chen actually has more than 5,000 low-grade spiritual stones on his body. Some time ago, when Lin Chen killed the butcher Lao Gao, he got tens of thousands of low-grade spiritual stones. Then, on the way back to Zhenwu City, the dozen or so warriors he met got tens of thousands more low-grade spiritual stones. There are nearly 70,000 low-grade spiritual stones. In comparison, 5,000 low-grade spiritual stones are nothing more than a big witch. After being stunned for a moment, someone quickly reacted and said to Lin Tai with a smile, "Lin Tai, congratulations, you made 5,000 low-grade spiritual stones so easily." After hearing this, the others suddenly woke up and showed pity for Lin Chen, and then continued to congratulate Lin Tai. After all, in the eyes of everyone, Lin Chen's chances of winning first place were slim. If he didn't win first place, then Lin Tai would have earned these 5,000 low-grade spiritual stones in vain. It's easy to talk. The clan competition is over. Those who give me face can go to Qingyuan restaurant. I'll treat you. Lin Tai was in a happy mood, and with a wave of his hand, he was ready to entertain many children of the Lin family. Seeing this situation, Lin Chen just smiled lightly. The 5,000 low-grade spiritual stones were only temporarily placed on Lin Tai. When the clan competition was over, he would get more spiritual stones from Lin Tai. After spending a while here with Lin Tai, the race match was about to begin. Under the mocking eyes of many disciples around him, Lin Chen slowly walked towards the ring. As early as a few days ago, the Lin family had prepared 5 arenas with a diameter of 1 kilometer in the courtyard. On each arena, a deacon at the pinnacle of the Tiangang realm was placed. First, these deacons are referees, and they also prevent the children participating in the clan competition from accidentally hurting each other. Last year, Lin Chen was beaten when he came on the court. This year, his cultivation has improved a bit. I don't know if he can survive the first game. Seeing Lin Chen walking up, the disciples who were watching Lin Chen and Lin Tai's bet suddenly started talking. However, the discussion was limited to whether Lin Chen could survive the first game. As for winning first place, in their opinion, Lin Chen's chance of winning first place was less than 1/10,000th. Hey, don't you know? Lin Chen's opponent is Lin Feng. Lin Feng is at the middle level of the 7th level of the body refining realm, which is higher than Lin Chen. Some time ago, Lin Feng also went to the Maoyan Mountains and experienced compared to a disciple like Lin Chen who has never fought before. Defeating him is not easy. Some disciples said indifferently. Hearing this, the other disciples around nodded in agreement. The opponent is Lin Feng, so in this first game, Lin Chen will definitely lose. Chapter 56, Winning Streak. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Feng looked about 17 years old, holding a long sword in his hand. With a proud face, Lin Feng pulled out the long sword in his hand with a clang, and said, "Lin Chen, it's your misfortune to meet me in the first game. I heard that you bet on yourself 5,000 low-grade spirit stones. It's a pity, you are destined to give these 5,000 low-grade spirit stones to Lin Tai for free." Lin Chen shook his head and said calmly, "It's too early to say whether it's a free gift or not." Then I'll prove how stupid you are." Lin Feng was obviously very confident in his strength. He stretched out 3 fingers to Lin Chen and said proudly, 3 moves to get you off the stage." After that, he turned his head and looked at the referee Lin Deacon at the edge of the ring. The game begins. Seeing this, Deacon Lin immediately spoke loudly, but while speaking, he also cast a lamenting look at Lin Chen, as if he also thought that Lin Chen was wasting spirit stones. The bet between Lin Chen and Lin Tai had attracted many Lin family members to watch. When they heard Lin Feng's words, they immediately looked at Lin Chen with a mocking look. As soon as the deacon finished speaking, Lin Feng suddenly took 2 steps forward and stabbed Lin Chen with the fine steel sword in his hand. This is the first move, the cliff. Bang. A dull sound came. Lin Chen did not block or evade, and Lin Feng's long sword fell directly on him. On the side, Lin Feng's face was still full of pride, but the next moment, he saw that Lin Chen was still standing in the same place under his attack, and his body did not move at all, and he could not help but look stunned. Deacon Lin on the side was also slightly stunned. He originally thought that although Lin Chen would not be defeated immediately under Lin Feng's attack, he would inevitably be injured, and retreating violently was certain. However, the result was completely beyond his expectations. Lin Chen actually stood in the same place without moving at all. Humph, Lin Chen, I just used only 30% of my true energy. Now, watch how I defeat you with these 2 moves. As if he felt embarrassed, Lin Feng snorted coldly and attacked Lin Chen again with the long sword in his hand. Second move, Broken Mountain. Third move, Broken Sea. He performed 2 moves in a row. By the third move, all his true energy had been used up, and he attacked Lin Chen with great momentum. Bang bang, 2 dull sounds. After the sound fell, Lin Chen was still standing there, with a faint smile on his face, and his body did not move at all. This is impossible. How could it be like this? I have used 100% of my true energy, plus the top-level yellow-level Broken Mountain sword technique. I still can't defeat you. Seeing this, Lin Feng's face suddenly flushed, and the faint smile on Lin Chen's face, in his eyes, also became a mockery of him. Lin Chen's third level of the ancient bronze body refining technique, Broken Copper Rebirth, has reached the peak. His punching power is as high as 15,000 kilograms, and his physical fitness has also been greatly improved. Even if he does not use the ancient bronze body refining technique, the attacks of ordinary warriors cannot easily defeat him. Lin Chen smiled faintly and said, "Now it's my turn to attack." Hearing this, Lin Feng was startled and stabbed Lin Chen with the long sword in his hand again. However, Lin Feng's speed was fast, and Lin Chen's speed was even faster. Whoosh, Lin Chen seemed to have turned into an eagle, and his body suddenly pounced towards Lin Feng. At the same time, he clenched a fist and hit Lin Feng directly. Ah! As his fist fell, Lin Feng screamed, and the long sword in his hand fell directly to the side. His body fell to the bottom of the ring like a kite with a broken string. Lin Chen wins. Seeing this, Deacon Lin was stunned for a moment, then nodded slightly to Lin Chen and said loudly. Hearing this, everyone was stunned, and they all looked at Lin Chen on the ring in astonishment. This, am I dazzled? Lin Chen actually defeated Lin Feng with 1 punch. This is impossible. This rubbish actually won. I know Lin Feng's strength very well, but he was defeated by Lin Chen with 1 punch. It's incredible. After a moment of silence, many Lin family members began to discuss, looking extremely shocked. Cheating. Lin Chen, you despicable villain, actually cheated. I don't accept it, I don't accept it. Just as everyone was surprised, Lin Feng, who had recovered his breath, stood up under the ring and roared with anger on his face. Hearing this, many Lin family members around him all showed a look of surprise. Lin Chen must have cheated, otherwise how could he have defeated Lin Feng? Lin Chen turned around and walked down the ring without even looking at Lin Feng. There were also disciples who felt Lin Chen's extraordinariness and looked at Lin Chen with curiosity. As Lin Chen walked down the ring, the Lin family members on the other 4 rings in the square also won and lost. After a while, the other 5 matches started again. Among these 5 matches, there was one with Lin Xiong. Lin Xiong's opponent was a warrior at the peak of the 9th level of the physical training realm. Seeing that his opponent was Lin Xiong, he was annoyed and obviously had no confidence in defeating Lin Xiong. After watching Lin Xiong's match for a while, Lin Chen turned around and took a rest in the rest area. Soon, Lin Chen's second match started. This time, his opponent was a Lin family member at the early 8th level of the physical training realm. Originally, many Lin family members around him thought that Lin Chen would definitely lose this match. After all, his opponent was a warrior. At the early 8th level of the physical training realm, 3 levels higher than him, however, the result was that Lin Chen easily knocked the latter off the stage with one punch. Victory again. Many of the Lin family disciples who supported Lin Chen's opponent became angry in an instant. They all thought that Lin Chen was cheating and defeated his opponent by leapfrogging. They would not believe this kind of thing when it came to Lin Chen. In the past, although Lin Chen practiced hard, his strength was extremely average, and his talent was inferior among the Lin family's children. Now Lin Chen has won 2 games in a row, which is hard for them to accept. Ignoring these disciples, Lin Chen walked down from the ring, drew lots again, and opened the note, which clearly read, Number 135, the game time is 1 hour later. After the draw, Lin Chen turned around to watch Lin En's game. Lin En has been practicing outside in recent years. His cultivation has improved rapidly. He has rich practical experience and is extremely powerful. His opponent was a disciple of the Lin family who was in the late 9th level of the body refining realm. However, although this disciple's cultivation was very high, his actual combat experience was very average. As soon as Lin En's evil spirit was released, the opponent immediately became a little afraid. Then the process became very simple. Lin En used martial arts continuously and easily defeated the opponent and won. After walking off the ring, Lin En walked straight towards where Lin Chen was, punched Lin Chen in the chest, and laughed loudly. Lin Chen, I have you. 2 consecutive wins, hee hee. Immediately, Lin En pondered for a moment, narrowed his eyes and said, Lin Chen, I heard that you spent the first 5,000 yuan of low-grade spiritual stones on yourself. Lin Chen smiled and nodded. Seeing this situation, Lin En sighed and said, It doesn't matter. It's a good thing to have confidence in yourself. Besides, I still have some spiritual stones. If you are short of spiritual stones, just come to me. Hearing this, Lin Chen couldn't help but shake his head and smile helplessly. Lin En obviously thought that Lin Chen's 5,000 low-grade spiritual stones were wasted, and then thought that Lin Chen probably didn't have many spiritual stones, so he said this. The two were walking under a big tree and chatting. Time passed quickly, and an hour later, Lin Chen came to the ring on time. At this time, a burly young man with bulging muscles was already standing on the ring. When he saw Lin Chen walking up, he snorted coldly and made a buzzing sound. Lin Chen, I didn't know if your first match was how did you cheat and defeat my brother. But when you meet me, Lin Ba, no matter what tricks you use, you will definitely lose. Hearing this, a look of surprise appeared on Lin Chen's face. This burly young man was Lin Feng's brother, at the early stage of the 9th level of body refining realm. The surrounding disciples watching the game had a joking look on their faces, and they all thought that the reason why Lin Chen was able to win 2 games in a row was because of cheating. However, there are different targets for cheating. Lin Chen's cultivation is at the early stage of the 7th level of the body refining realm. He can use deceit to defeat warriors at the 7th and 8th levels of the body refining realm, but he wants to defeat the 9th level of the body refining realm again. For Lin Ba in the early stage, the possibility was not high. After all, the greater the difference in cultivation level, the greater the gap in strength. Lin Ba was at the early stage of the 9th level of the body refining realm. It was not easy to suppress a warrior who was at the early stage of the 7th level of the body refining realm. Lin Ba has practiced a body refining technique and is extremely powerful. In the first game, Lin Chen used a trick to defeat Lin Ba's younger brother. Let's see how he ends up now. Just wait and see the good show. The Lin family disciples all around were all joking. In the arena, Lin Chen stood quietly, looking at Lin Ba in front of him expressionlessly. Lin Ba's body was extremely burly and his hands were thick. He stepped out suddenly, causing the ring to shake slightly, and said loudly, Lin Chen, get off here. Seeing this situation, Lin Chen was too lazy to talk nonsense. He jumped up and ran towards Lin Ba. At the same time, he clenched his fist and punched Lin Ba. Lin Ba couldn't help but look happy when he saw Lin Chen actually boxing with him. He had already mastered the body refining technique, and ordinary warriors at the 9th level of the body refining realm would suffer a loss if they boxed with him, but Lin Chen actually still managed to do so. I don't know what it means to attack him with fists. Immediately, his body shook and he stretched out his fist, trying to take the opportunity to punch Lin Chen off the ring. Boom. Fist to fist, nothing fancy at all. However, at the next moment, Lin Ba's expression suddenly changed, and he felt a huge force pouring into his body from Lin Chen's fist. He couldn't help but retreated backwards. When he retreated to the edge of the ring, he just stopped, but even though he didn't fall off the ring, he crawled to the ground, breathing heavily, his face twisted, obviously unable to fight anymore. Quiet, there was a moment of silence around the arena. Immediately afterwards there was a burst of noise, and everyone stared at Lin Chen on the ring with their eyes wide open in disbelief. After exchanging punches with Lin Tai was blown away and fell to the ground unable to fight anymore, but Lin Chen stood as steady as a mountain, motionless. Lin Chen, is Lin Chen really that strong? Someone was shocked. If in the previous 2 games, Lin Chen defeated his opponents through deceit and trickery, then in this one, he definitely attacked with real force, without any tricks. There was no room for them to doubt Lin Chen's strength. After all, the punch between Lin Chen and Lin Ba just now was too simple, just fist to fist, and Lin Chen's true energy was not released. However, the result was Lin Chen won and Lin Ba lost. At this moment, everyone's eyes changed when they looked at Lin Chen, with awe and admiration. Chapter 57 The Third Transformation. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Chen. The referee at the edge of the ring was stunned for a moment, and then said loudly. He nodded towards Lin Chen, his eyes full of admiration. In the past, Lin Chen, because his qualifications were too average among the many children of the Lin family, not only many children of the Lin family often ridiculed him, but even some elders did not pay attention to him. If Lin Chen's father, Lin Xiaotian, had not insisted on sending Lin Chen away, Tianji Sect and the Lin family elders will never waste family resources on Lin Chen. Lin Chen practiced hard and diligently, and finally had a strength that was not weaker than that of ordinary disciples, which also made them look at him with admiration. Lin Chen smiled and slowly walked off the ring. The Lin family competition usually lasts for about 2 days. The first day is the preliminary round, where the top 16 are determined, and the second day is the competition for the top 3. Therefore, everyone needs to participate in several games on the first day, and each game is determined by drawing lots. If ordinary warriors go through such competitions continuously, they will inevitably feel mentally tired later on, but Lin Chen is different. Some time ago, Lin Chen practiced in the Malian Mountains for 2 months. He was killing monsters almost every day. Sometimes he faced several at the same time, so this kind of continuous competition was nothing to Lin Chen. Lin Chen walked straight to the drawing place, reached out and took out a random piece of paper. Number 56. Lin Chen glanced at the words on the piece of paper. The deacon on the side glanced at the piece of paper and said, Number 56 is Lin Qi, who is in the early stage of Tiangang realm. Lin Chen, your opponent is Lin Qi, and the time will be half an hour later. Lin Chen was stunned. Lynch. How could it be him? Generally speaking, the family will not immediately arrange for a competition between the body refining realm warriors and the Tiangang realm warriors in the early stage. After all, the strength of the body refining realm warriors and the Tiangang realm warriors are very different. If the body refining realm warriors meet the Tiangang realm warriors, basically warriors who have reached the body refining realm are destined to lose. But before Lin Chen could get too suspicious, suddenly, a sneer came from not far away. Lin Chen, thank you for sending me 5,000 low-grade spiritual stones. In the next show, prepare to step down. Hearing this voice, Lin Chen turned around and saw Lin Tai and Lin Qi standing about 10 meters away from him. Lin Tai had a cold face, while Lin Qi had an expressionless look with a hint of arrogance. Hold him. Seeing these two people, Lin Chen couldn't help but have a look of surprise on his face, and said, I drew Lin Qi in the 4th game. Is it your fault? Hee hee. Lin Tai chuckled and remained silent, just looking at Lin Chen with evil intentions. Lin Qi on the side, the arrogance in his eyes became even stronger. At this moment, the deacon who supervised Lin Chen's drawing of lots coughed slightly and glanced away, as if he didn't hear what Lin Chen said. Seeing this situation, Lin Chen couldn't help but smile and said, Lin Chi, I originally thought that you would be eliminated before I met you in the competition. Now that you have taken the initiative to send me up, it will save me from trying to find you again. Hearing this, Lin Chi's expression changed, and he sank slightly and said, what a joke. Even if you are eliminated, I will not be eliminated. Lin Chen, after half an hour, I guarantee that you will kneel down. Begging for mercy. Yes, Lin Chen, just wait to be eliminated. Lin Tai also said with a ferocious expression. The two of them talked and walked straight towards the crowd, their faces a little ugly. In this regard, Lin Chen just smiled. In the past, Lin Tai, Lin Chi and others often made trouble for him. In his heart, he had no good impressions of these people. Now that Lin Chi took the initiative to come to his door, Lin Chen naturally I won't miss teaching him a lesson. On the 5 arenas in the square, 5 groups of Lin family children fought fiercely, causing a wave of cheers from the many children watching. What was even more intense was that 2 warriors who were in the early stages of the Tiangang realm were fighting each other inextricably and fiercely, causing many disciples to scream in joy. Lin Chen also watched the competition between these 2 warriors at the early stage of the Tiangang realm, but after watching it for a while, Lin Chen was no longer interested in watching it anymore. Although the 2 men fought fiercely, judging from Lin Chen's experience, it was unlikely that the 2 of them would enter the top 10. There are many children in the Lin family, and there are also many children who are in the early stage of Tiangang realm. However, these 2 people are at the bottom among the many disciples who are in the early stage of Tiangang realm. Time passed quickly, and half an hour later, Lin Chen stood on the 3rd stage, and opposite him was Lin Chi who looked indifferent. Hey, Lin Chen actually faced Lin Chi. Seeing Lin Chen and Lin Chi standing on the ring, they immediately attracted the attention of many children of the Lin family. They came under the ring one by one and talked in low voices. Although Lin Chen has won 3 games in a row and has greatly improved his strength compared to last year, he will definitely lose when facing Lin Chi who is in the early stage of the Tiangang realm. Yes, Lin Chi's strength is considered to be top-notch among the disciples of our Lin family who are in the early Tiangang realm. In this clan competition, he is still one of the top 10 competitors. How can Lin Chen be his opponent? Many people nodded. Lin Chen's 3 consecutive victories made them change their views on Lin Chen. However, in their hearts, Lin Chen's strength was limited to the body refining realm. If he really wanted to face a Tiangang realm warrior, he would definitely not an opponent. The referee at the edge of the ring saw that the time was almost up and immediately shouted, the game begins. Lin Chen, I said, in this game, I will beat you until you kneel down and beg for mercy. Hearing the referee's voice, Lin Chi immediately spoke coldly, his expression extremely cold. Lin Chi actually knew something about Lin Chen's strength. A few days ago, although Lin Chen had a high five with him without losing, Lin Chi did not really use his full strength at that time. In his opinion, Lin Chen might he has some strength, but in a real fight, he is definitely no match for him. Hearing Lin Chi's words, Lin Chen just smiled, shook his head and said, there's so much nonsense, let's get started. Humph. Seeing Lin Chen's indifferent expression, Lin Chi felt even more unhappy and shouted, in that case, I'll give you a ride. Prepare to lie in bed for 3 months. As he spoke, the true energy in Lin Chi's body slowly began to mobilize. The referee on the edge of the ring frowned when he heard Lynch's words, but still didn't say anything. For the Lin family, if you can avoid hurting each other during the game, try to avoid it. There is no need to injure each other. Yunbu. As Lin Chi's words fell, a faint mist suddenly filled the area around Lin Chi's body, which seemed to be looming. At the same time, he moved his steps and rushed toward Lin Chen at an extremely fast speed. Lin Chen didn't dare to be too careless when he saw Lin Chi performing his movements. After all, the former's cultivation level was much higher than his. As soon as his body moved, Eagle Strike transformed into his second form, Eagle Flash, and was immediately displayed. The next moment, Lin Chen's body moved several hundred meters to the left, and almost at the same time, Lin Chi's figure appeared where Lin Chen had just stood, but soon, Lin Chen's body appeared behind Lin Chi again, but at this moment, Lin Chi in front of him was already an afterimage. For a moment, the entire arena was filled with the afterimages of the two people performing their movements, leaving many disciples below the arena stunned. Many of them were not at the body-refining realm. Facing the figures of Lin Chen and Lin Chi flashing back and forth, it was impossible to tell where their real deities were. Ha! This Lin Chi is so good. At the VIP table, the leaders of many forces who came to visit the Lin family were attracted by the two figures Lin Chen on the stage, and they all turned their heads to look. Upon seeing this, a leader of a force with profound cultivation said to Lin Qingtian enviously, "It seems that you have reached the level of great accomplishment. Great Elder, you are so lucky. Lin Xiong is a genius disciple of the inner sect of the Tianji Sect, and neither does Lin Chi. It's bad. You have cultivated to the early stage of Tiangang realm at a young age and have good understanding. Your achievements in the future will be limitless." The great elder Lin Qingtian also turned his head and glanced at Lin Chi and Lin Chen on the stage. His face suddenly showed a proud look, but he said in a humble tone, "No, Chi still needs more training. He will practice outside in the future. I hope you will take care of me." Boom! As soon as Lin Qingtian finished speaking, there was a slight collision sound on the stage. Immediately afterwards, Lin Chi's face changed and he took more than 10 steps back, gasping for air. Before Lin Chi could continue to breathe, Lin Chen on the other side seemed to have turned into an eagle at that moment and rushed toward Lin Chi crazily. Boom! Another voice came, but this time, Lin Chen attacked Lin Chi's back and pushed him to the center of the ring again. When Lin Chi was hit by this blow, his face suddenly turned red and a trace of cold sweat appeared on his forehead. Seeing this situation, the leader of the force who spoke before showed a look of surprise on his face and said, "Amazing. He has already mastered the body training technique to such an extent at the early stage of the 7th level of the body training realm." Hearing this, the face of great elder Lin Qingtian suddenly turned ugly. He was praising Lin Chi before, but now he was beaten to such a degree by Lin Chen. Isn't this a slap in his face? In the arena, Lin Chen looked at Lin Chi, who was standing panting, with a slight smile, and the corners of his mouth raised slightly, revealing a hint of sarcasm. Seeing this situation, Lin Chi's face suddenly turned red and hot, and he stared at Lin Chen with extremely angry eyes, wishing to kill Lin Chen immediately. Ah! Lin Chi roared angrily, dodged, used Cloud Step, and attacked Lin Chen again. Seeing this, the smile on Lin Chen's face suddenly became thicker. He moved his steps and his body suddenly moved to the side. Although Lin Chi's attack power is not very good, his footwork is extremely good. More importantly, the Cloud Step performed by Lin Chi seems to be somewhat related to the Eagle Strike transformation. Lin Chen vaguely understood it. Feel the similarities and differences. However, just thinking about it before can't tell anything, so Lin Chen needs Lin Chi to continue fighting with him. The Eagle Strike transformation is divided into 3 transformations. Now I have reached the 2nd transformation of Eagle Flash, but the 3rd transformation of Eagle Strike has no clue. Lin Chen's figure flickered, and his eyes were observing Lin Chi's mental technique of using Cloud Step and his footsteps. Boo-hoo-hoo. On the ring, 2 figures were still flickering. Lin Chi chased Lin Chen, and Lin Chen was observing Lin Chi's Cloud Step while using Eagle Strike to change into the 2nd Eagle Flash. Suddenly, Lin Chen's heart moved, and he thought to himself, the Eagle Strike transformation was created by imitating the sky god Eagle, which is a flying monster in the sky, and Yunbu places himself in the clouds. No wonder the two some connections. I see. The smile on Lin Chen's face grew stronger. What this 3rd transformation of Eagle Strike requires is Yunbu's artistic conception. Chapter 58 Shocking the whole audience. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Chen's body stopped immediately after realizing something in his heart. On the ring, Lin Chi, who had been chasing Lin Chen, was stunned for a moment when he saw him suddenly stop, and then a look of joy appeared on his face. Lin Chi was very confident in his body movements. The ordinary Tiangang realm warriors could not compare with him in terms of footwork, but in Lin Chen's case, they were evenly matched. He could not catch up with Lin Chen, and Lin Chen could not catch up with him. Broken palm. Seeing Lin Chen stop at this moment, Lin Chi was immediately delighted, roared, and rushed towards Lin Chen frantically. At the same time, he stretched out a palm, trying to take the opportunity to defeat Lin Chen. All the anger that had been suppressed for a long time gathered in this palm, and he attacked Lin Chen with great momentum. In his body, the true energy surged, and it was obvious that he had used all his strength, but just as he stretched out his fist, Lin Chen's figure suddenly flashed and disappeared on the spot. Seeing this, Lin Chi couldn't help but feel a strong sense of frustration, as if he had punched with all his strength, but hit cotton, and he had no place to vent his energy. Before Lin Chi felt frustrated for too long, there was a whistling sound of light wind. Look, Lin Chen is in the air. Under the ring, a Lin family member looked at the ring in mid-air in shock. Hearing this, Lin Chi immediately raised his head and looked at the sky. He saw that Lin Chen at this moment seemed like a giant eagle, with sharp eyes and claws on his hands, clawing down at Lin Chi. Lin Chi panicked, his body flashed, and the attack turned around in time, and he also chopped Lin Chen with all his strength. Bang bang. Two dull sounds rang out, and almost at the same time as the sound rang out, Lin Chi, who was standing on the ring, suddenly retreated backwards, and was directly knocked out of the ring. Ah! Lin Chi only felt a huge force hitting his body. He screamed, and even though his body left the ring, he still bumped into many Lin family members before finally stopping. Seeing this scene, everyone was stunned. What a genius! A powerful leader narrowed his eyes and said in surprise, awesome, really amazing. He has practiced the body refining technique to such a level at the beginning of the 7th level of the body refining realm. More importantly, he seemed to have some understanding in the battle with Lin Chi just now. Hearing the words of this leader, the others around him nodded, looking quite surprised. On the side, Lin Qingtian's face looked even worse. Originally, Lin Chi had great hope of entering the top 10, but he was defeated by Lin Chen in the front. Humph, look at what a good son you gave birth to. Lin Qingtian snorted at Lin Xiaotian, who was sitting in the main seat, and then waved to a deacon. The deacon immediately arranged for someone to take Lin Chi, who had fallen off the ring, away for treatment. In fact, Lin Chen did not injure Lin Chi. It was enough to teach him a lesson. Lin Chen did not think of doing anything to Lin Chi. I was surprised too. Hearing the words of Lin Qingtian beside him, Lin Xiaotian narrowed his eyes, and a hint of surprise flashed in his eyes. He said in a faint voice, but everyone clearly felt the relief in Lin Xiaotian's words. It seems that I know too little about this son. Lin Xiaotian said in his heart, and nodded repeatedly with some relief. Some time ago, the head steward of the Lin family told him that Lin Chen and Lin Chi had a conflict in the city. At that time, he thought Lin Chen was injured, but who knew that he would draw with Lin Chi? It was already remarkable to be able to draw. After all, Lin Chen was only in the early stage of the 7th level of the body refining realm, while Lin Chi was in the early stage of the Tiangang realm. The difference between the two cultivations was huge. It was not easy for Lin Chen to defeat Lin Chi. However, what was unexpected was that in this match, Lin Chen not only did not lose, but defeated Lin Chi easily, as if it was a cat and mouse game. Humph! Hearing Lin Xiaotian's words, Lin Qingtian snorted again, thinking, you don't know, Lin Xiaotian and Lin Qingtian have always been at odds in the Lin family. Once Lin Xiaotian arranged for Lin Chen to enter the Tianji Sect, Lin Qingtian strongly opposed it. And later, when the family got the Qingyuan fruit, the two also had a dispute. On the ring, Lin Chen still stood quietly, as if he didn't feel the shock of the noise around him. At this moment, he was thinking about his previous understanding of the third style of Eagle Strike. No, the third style of Eagle Strike I just performed, although the power is good, it should not be performed in the air. The Sky God Eagle is a flying monster, but the Eagle Strike transformation is created by imitating the Sky God Eagle after all, and it cannot be completely compared with the Sky God Eagle. Lin Chen thought to himself, if you perform Eagle Strike in the sky, the risk is too great, and you can easily become a living target for others." After a slight hesitation, Lin Chen's eyes suddenly lit up, and he remembered the cloud step that Lin Chi performed before. When Lin Chi performed the cloud step, the true energy in his body surged and released all over his body, as if he was standing on the clouds. While thinking in his heart, the true energy in Lin Chen's body slowly released, and in the blink of an eye, a thin layer of mist appeared around his body, as if he was standing on the clouds. "That's it." Lin Chen showed joy on his face. The true energy formed clouds, and the eagle strike imitated the attack of the sky eagle. At this moment, the third eagle strike of the eagle strike that Lin Chen practiced was much more powerful than the top-level Huang-level martial arts. Lin Chen had just figured out the mystery of the third eagle strike, and at this moment, the referee's voice suddenly came. "Lin Chen wins." It has been a while since the end of the game, but the referee's announcement was heard at this moment. Obviously, he was also in shock. Wow. As the referee's voice fell, many Lin family members under the ring immediately started to make noise. Lin Chen won. So far, he has won 4 consecutive games. Each game is stronger than the last. In the 4th game, his opponent was already Lin Chi, who was in the early stage of Tiangang realm and one of the top 10 strong competitors, but he still lost to Lin Chen. How could this happen? Even my second brother is not his opponent. In the crowd not far away, Lin Tai looked panicked. He originally thought that as long as Lin Chi took action, Lin Chen would definitely lose, but he didn't expect that the result was that Lin Chen won, and Lin Chi is one of the top 10 strong competitors. Even Lin Chi is not his opponent. Doesn't that mean that Lin Chen is one of the top 10 strong competitors who is stronger than Lin Chi? The more he thought about it, the more panicked Lin Tai looked. If Lin Chen really won the first place, then he would have to compensate Lin Chen with 150,000 low-grade spirit stones. Thinking of such a large amount of spiritual stones, Lin Tai's nerves tensed up. After a pause, Lin Tai disappeared from the crowd and hurried to where Lin Xiong was. In the admiring eyes of many Lin family children, Lin Chen slowly walked down from the ring. However, just as he stepped down from the ring, suddenly, a figure walked straight to Lin Chen and said, "Lin Chen, you defeated Lin Chi with the body training method, but I saw the sword on your body. I guess you are best at swordsmanship. Even Lin Chi, an early Tiangang realm warrior, couldn't make you draw your sword. Lin Chen, I am looking forward to fighting with you." Lin Chen was stunned, but the man just finished speaking and turned away. Hearing this, the children around him were in a commotion, looking at the figure in astonishment, and then at Lin Chen. Hiss, even Lin Lang is looking forward to fighting with Lin Chen. Lin Chen didn't use his full strength to fight Lin Chi just now. God, how strong is he? At this time, everyone remembered that Lin Chen always had a sword on him. How could someone who can't use a sword carry a sword with him? From the competition to now, Lin Chen has never drawn his fine steel sword. Many disciples feel that their nerves are a little confused. Last year, Lin Chen was beaten as soon as he came on the court, becoming a joke in the end-of-year clan competition. This year, he won 4 games in a row, and Lin Chi lost to him. Lin Lang is looking forward to fighting with him. Lin Lang is a real tough guy, a genius at the same level as Lin Xiong, and a strong competitor for the top 3 in the clan competition. Lin Lang, an early stage of Tiangang realm, is full of evil spirits. It is rumored that Lin Lang was born outside by his parents, but he was taken away by a big black wolf just after he was born. Those big black wolves did not kill Lin Lang, but raised him until he was 3 years old before he was found by the Lin family. Because he lived with wolves since he was a child, Lin Lang has a strong wolf spirit, a strong momentum, and rich practical experience. In the previous ring battle, a warrior at the peak of the 9th level of the body refining realm surrendered without a fight under the powerful pressure of Lin Lang, and his popularity was comparable to that of geniuses such as Lin Xiong. Seeing Lin Lang coming and going in a hurry, Lin Chen was stunned again, shook his head in astonishment, and cursed inwardly. What a madman! That without thinking too much, Lin Chen came to the place where the lot was drawn, drew lots again, and after determining the time of the next game, he turned around and walked towards the rest area, but before he took a few steps, a pretty figure appeared in front of him. The figure in front of him was very beautiful, with white skin and a strong aura. She looked at Lin Chen quietly with a complicated look in her eyes. It was Lin Shui. As Lin Chen's half-sister, Lin Chen was bullied by his peers before, but she never helped Lin Chen, as if she had never had such a sister. Lin Shui's eyes paused on Lin Chen for a moment, then turned and walked to the other side. Seeing this, Lin Chen shook his head and found a place to rest. Next, Lin Chen played several more games and won consecutively. As time passed, night was about to fall, and the first day of the end-of-year clan competition ended. Lin Chen easily entered the top 16, seeing Lin Chen's strength. Many of the Lin family children supported Lin Chen to get the first place, but most of them thought that Lin Chen's ranking might end here. After all, his cultivation was too different from others. You must know that among the top 16, except for Lin Chen and a warrior at the peak of the 9th level of the body refining realm, the rest were all in the early stage of the Tiangang realm. The difference in cultivation was huge, and ordinary martial arts could not make up for the previous gap. At night, in the remote courtyard where Lin Chen lived, Lin Chen's figure kept flashing in the courtyard. The battle with Lin Qi during the day gave him a lot of insights into the third form of Eagle Strike. Now he has some time to calm down. Whoosh! Lin Chen's body was surrounded by wisps of mist, as if he had turned into an eagle flying in the air, with his 2 hands and claws. His body suddenly appeared next to a huge rock, and his 2 hands clawed at the rock fiercely. Chapter 59, Lin Chen is number 1. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Bang! The boulder shattered with a sound. Seeing this, Lin Chen slowly withdrew his hands, with a satisfied look on his face. The third transformation of Eagle Strike, finally practiced. If the first transformation of Eagle Strike imitated the half-finished charm of the Sky Eagle, then the second and third transformations imitated the charm of the Sky Eagle of 10% and 20% respectively, and if you want to really practice Eagle Strike, the best way is to watch the Sky Eagle fly. But looking at the entire Tianling Continent, there are not many Sky Eagles, not to mention that the Sky Eagle is extremely powerful. Even if you really encounter it, let alone watching its flight, you may be discovered by the Sky Eagle before you get close, and then strangled. Lin Chen can practice the third transformation of Eagle Strike so quickly, and he has to thank Lin Qi. The artistic conception of the cloud step performed by Lin Qi is exactly what Eagle Strike needs. Taking a deep breath, Lin Chen pushed open the door, sat cross-legged on the bed, flipped his hand, and took out 2 medium-grade spirit stones. After this period of hard training and the recent battles, Lin Chen felt that his cultivation had improved and reached the critical point of the late 7th stage of the body refining realm. He was only 1 step away from becoming a warrior with the cultivation of the late 7th stage of the body refining realm. Hoo-hoo! As the wind blew, Lin Chen mobilized the true qi in his body and slowly absorbed the spiritual energy of heaven and earth from the 2 medium-grade spirit stones. As the spiritual energy of heaven and earth was absorbed into his body, the small tripod in Lin Chen's mind shook violently, absorbing all the spiritual energy of heaven and earth like sparks. After a while, a more refined spiritual energy of heaven and earth gushed out from the small tripod and flowed through the major meridians of Lin Chen's body. Lin Chen had a blank expression on his face and performed the Great Zhou-Tian cycle according to the Qingming Xianyang Gong heart method. Time passed little by little. The true qi in Lin Chen's body increased at a very fast speed, becoming more mellow and powerful. Buzz! It didn't take long before the true qi in his body suddenly impacted the major internal organs of his body. The 7th level of the body refining realm is the realm of refining organs. Every time a warrior improves his cultivation, the major internal organs in his body will be greatly impacted and tempered. However, after tempering for a while, just when Lin Chen's cultivation was about to break through, he felt that the spiritual energy of heaven and earth was insufficient. Seeing this, Lin Chen couldn't help but frown slightly. As his cultivation level improved, the spiritual energy of heaven and earth required for breakthroughs became more and more. And when the cultivation level was raised to the Tiangang realm, every breakthrough in cultivation would not only require more huge spiritual energy of heaven and earth, but also require the understanding of martial arts. The body refining realm is only a realm for laying the foundation, but it also requires huge spiritual energy of heaven and earth to break through the cultivation level, increase the spiritual energy. Lin Chen took a breath, flipped his hand, and directly took out a medium-grade qi-gathering pill, opened his mouth and swallowed it. After being purified by the small tripod, the medicinal effect of the medium-grade qi-gathering pill was more intense, but it was still not enough for Lin Chen to break through this critical point in one fell swoop. Lin Chen gritted his teeth. This time, he took out 3 medium-grade qi-gathering pills and swallowed them all at once. As he took the 3 middle-grade qi-gathering pills, he immediately felt a huge amount of spiritual energy from heaven and earth rushing into his body, but soon, it was completely absorbed by the small cauldron in his mind. What a huge amount of spiritual energy from heaven and earth! Lin Chen's face lit up with joy. In the past, he had never taken 3 middle-grade qi-gathering pills at the same time to practice together, but the stronger the combined effect of the 3 middle-grade qi-gathering pills, the higher the possibility of his breakthrough in cultivation. Soon, a pure and rich spiritual energy from heaven and earth gushed out of the small cauldron. Lin Chen was not careless, and his internal qi circulated again and again according to the Qingming Xianyang Gong to refine this spiritual energy from heaven and earth. 1 big cycle, 2 big cycles, 3 big cycles. Half an hour later, when Lin Chen's internal qi circulated 12 big cycles and almost absorbed all the effects of the 2 middle-grade spirit stones and 4 middle-grade qi-gathering pills, a slight impact sound suddenly came out of his body. Puff! Lin Chen suddenly opened his eyes, and a gleam of light flashed in his eyes. At the same time, a powerful aura burst out from his body, which was quite shocking. Slightly closing his eyes, the true qi in his dantian has become more concentrated and pure, and the major internal organs in his body are filled with a faint aura. Bang! Lin Chen spread his palms and hit forward. It was just a casual palm, but it also made a slight sound of breaking through the air. The power was much stronger than before. The 7th level of the body refining realm. Lin Chen's face suddenly showed joy. His cultivation breakthrough also greatly enhanced his strength. I don't know what other people will look like when they see his cultivation breakthrough again tomorrow. Lin Chen smiled, stood up and washed his body with cold water, then lay on the bed and fell asleep. The next day, early morning, after Lin Chen combed his hair, he slowly walked to the square. Today's competition will decide the top 3 and the other 7 in the top 10. These 10 people will receive 10 rewards for this year-end clan competition. At the end of last year, during the clan competition, although Lin Chen did not enter the top 10, he saw clearly the final awards. The first place winner can get 10 bundles of medium-grade spirit stones, 10 in each bundle, that is, 100 medium-grade spirit stones, and will also be trained by the family, greatly improving his status in the Lin family and making his reputation resound throughout Qingyuan city. Lin Chen does not care much about reputation, but the resources of the family to train disciples and the 100 medium-grade spirit stones make him quite jealous. You should know that 100 middle-grade spirit stones, when exchanged for low-grade spirit stones, would be 10,000 low-grade spirit stones, which is a huge amount. Moreover, middle-grade spirit stones are rarer than low-grade spirit stones, so even Tiangang realm warriors will not miss it. The 2nd and 3rd place winners will also receive different amounts of middle-grade spirit stones, and their families will focus on training them. As for the last 7 of the top 10, they will be rewarded with thousands of low-grade spirit stones, as well as the equally important family resources for training. Thinking of this, Lin Chen's heart was moved. He got 300 middle-grade spirit stones last time, and now there are less than 100 left. If he can get another 100 middle-grade spirit stones, then his training will definitely be twice as effective with half the effort. As for the family's training resources, Lin Chen does not value them very much. Although the Lin family has a great influence in Qingyuan city, it is still much inferior to the Tianji Sect, one of the 5 major sects in Yannan Territory. Without thinking any more, Lin Chen stopped at the drawing place. Today is the last day of the end-of-year clan competition. The other Lin family members got up early and rushed here. They were all excited and talked to each other excitedly. Lin Gu is so strong. So far, no one has been able to fight him for more than 100 moves. Lin Yang is not weak either. Although Lin Yang's cultivation is a little weaker than Lin Gu, it will be difficult to tell the winner if they fight. Many of these Lin family members bet on the Lin family members who they think are most likely to win the first place. Therefore, now seeing the warriors they support enter the top 16, they are naturally very excited. After all, if the person bet on wins, then these Lin family members will get a lot of low-grade spirit stones from Lin Tai. Hearing the discussions of these disciples, Lin Chen just smiled. Lin Yang, Lin Gu, Lin Lang, Lin Shui and Lin Xiong are all first-class geniuses of the Lin family. Similarly, these 5 people are also the strongest competitors for the top 3 in this year-end clan competition. Lin Chen drew a piece of paper and turned it over. Number 8. Number 8, Lin Lang. Lin Chen, your next opponent is Lin Lang. The time is half an hour later. I wish you good luck. Perhaps because he saw that Lin Chen broke into the top 16, the deacon in charge of the draw was much better to Lin Chen. Hearing this, Lin Chen looked slightly surprised. Lin Lang. Isn't he the guy who saw that he was a swordsman before? But immediately, a smile appeared on his face. Although Lin Lang has a terrifying aura, his heart is good, and he also pursues the peak of martial arts. Comparing with such a genius is a real competition. Just as Lin Chen was thinking, Lin came over from the side and said with a smile, Lin Chen, congratulations, I didn't expect you to be so good here, and you actually made it into the top 16. Hearing this, Lin Chen raised his head and smiled at Lin N. Lin N's cultivation is the late 9th level of the body refining realm. His strength is not weak, but compared with many talented children of the Lin family, it is obviously much inferior. Therefore, in the last game, he met a Lin family member who was in the early stage of Tiangang realm, and was defeated in the end, ranked 25th. Being able to enter the top 30 with the cultivation of the late 9th level of the body refining realm is also very remarkable. I believe that Lin N will be listed as a key training target by the family afterwards. Lin N glanced at the paper and saw that it was number 8. He immediately took a breath and said, Lin Chen, your next opponent is Lin Lang. This guy is not like Lin Chi. He is very ruthless and very powerful. You have to be careful. Lin Chen nodded slightly and smiled, I just want to spar with him. I hope he won't let me down. Hearing this, Lin N couldn't help shaking his head and scolded with a smile, you guy, how come you are becoming more and more confident? Hey, your cultivation. As he spoke, Lin N subconsciously looked at Lin Chen and immediately noticed the change in Lin Chen's cultivation before and after, and a look of surprise appeared on his face. The late 7th level of the physical realm. Lin N's eyes widened, and he said as if he had seen a ghost, Lin Chen, I remember that when you just returned to the family, you were still at the early 7th level of the physical realm. How come now, you actually broke through 2 levels in a month? That even Lin Xiong, the most talented person in the Lin family, spent several months to improve from the early 7th level of the physical realm to the late 7th level of the physical realm, while Lin Chen, in just less than a month, broke through from the early 7th level of the physical realm to the late 7th level of the physical realm. Lin Chen smiled. Seeing Lin Chen like this, Lin N said with admiration, Lin Chen, you are amazing, haha. I didn't expect you to be a genius, why didn't I find it before? Forget it, don't think too much, Lin Chen, no wonder you can easily defeat Lin Chi and enter the top 16. If you really win the first place in this clan competition, I wonder how surprised those people in the family will be. Lin N remembered that Lin Chen bet 5,000 low-grade spirit stones on him, and his expression suddenly became strange, and he laughed in his heart. You know, the entire Lin family basically believes that the first place in this clan competition is a contest between Lin Xiong and Lin Shui. And Lin Xiong has the highest support rate, but if Lin Xiong is not the first, but Lin Chen becomes the first, what will their expressions be? Chapter 60, Lynch's Thoughts. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Time flies by. Half an hour later, Lin Chen walked onto the ring on time, and almost at the same time, Lin Lang's figure jumped out of the crowd and landed on the other side of the ring easily and steadily. Lin Chen versus Lin Lang. It seems that Lin Chen is definitely losing. Definitely, you don't want to think about who Lin Lang is. He is one of the strongest competitors in the top 3. His strength is not much different from Lin Xiong, Lin Shui and others. He has rich practical experience and is extremely powerful. Lin Chen, but at the 7th level of the body refining realm, how could he be Lin Lang's opponent? Many Lin family disciples under the stage were talking in low voices. Almost no one was optimistic about Lin Chen. Although Lin Chen was able to break into the top 16 of the Lin family, which surprised everyone, but after all, his cultivation level was too low. Compared with geniuses like Lin Lang, he was not a level. However, although everyone did not think much of Lin Chen, Lin Lang's face on the ring was quite solemn, but his eyes were full of fighting intent as he looked at Lin Chen. Suddenly, Lin Lang's eyes flashed and he said, "Lin Chen, have you made a breakthrough?" Lin Chen was still in the middle stage of the 7th level of the body refining realm yesterday. In just one night, he broke through to the late stage of the 7th level of the body refining realm. However, Lin Lang didn't care very much. He looked at Lin Chen excitedly and said, "Just right. Lin Chen, they don't know your strength, but I know it very well. When I returned to my family, I passed by Sanshui town. TSK, Lian Tiangang, even the butcher Lao Gao in the early stage is no match for you, Lin Chen, I am eager to fight with you." Lin Chen nodded slightly, his expression a little more solemn. Lin Lang cultivated relatively late and received relatively few cultivation resources from his clan. Otherwise, he would definitely be comparable to Lin Xiong, Lin Shui and others. The discussion is over, let's start now. The referee on the side saw that the two were ready and immediately spoke loudly. Seeing this situation, Lin Lang stopped talking nonsense, but the fighting spirit in his eyes became more and more intense, as if there was a flame burning. "Lin Chen, be careful!" Lin Lang suddenly shouted. Thousands of sonic booms. At the same time, Lin Lang's body was seen rushing forward, his hands facing Lin Chen's claws. At the same time as his two claws came out, there were crackling sounds, like setting off firecrackers. More importantly, a horrifying aura erupted from his body, and wisps of evil energy surged out. Many of the disciples who were close to the ring felt the evil aura on Lin Lang's body, and their faces suddenly turned pale, and their bodies took a few steps back. If a warrior has evil spirit, he must have experienced real fighting, hunting monsters, and beheading warriors. Over time, he will have a majesty on his body. If ordinary people felt this majesty, they would be too frightened to move. However, the evil aura on Lin Lang's body was much stronger than that of ordinary warriors, and even many of the Lin family's disciples felt chills in their hearts. If these young men were the opponents of the Timberwolves, they might have surrendered without a fight. Because of this, everyone was even less optimistic about Lin Chen. Lin Lang was simply too powerful, but at this moment, Lin Chen suddenly burst out with a powerful aura, and the evil aura in it was no weaker than Lin Lang's. Seeing this situation, Lin Lang's eyes suddenly showed a look of astonishment. In the past few months, Lin Chen had been training in the Malian mountains. He had killed countless monsters and warriors. Of course, the evil aura on his body was extremely strong. Not only that, before breaking into the secret realm of Tianluo Mountain, Lin Chen and Xue were together for several days. Although Lin Lang's aura was powerful, it was much inferior to Xue. Therefore, facing Lin Lang at this moment, Lin Chen was not afraid of the wolf's momentum at all. In the ring, the two momentums alternated back and forth, fighting each other. It's a long story, but time passes by in the blink of an eye. Buzz. The next moment, Lin Chen's body suddenly shook, and a faint bronze light suddenly appeared, which was extremely dazzling. Body training technique? Lin Chen, let's see how I break your defense. Seeing the bronze light on Lin Chen's body, Lin Lang's eyes flashed with light, and then he made a hissing sound and rushed towards Lin Chen even faster. Chen, bang bang bang, Lin Chen also clenched his fists with both hands and attacked Lin Lang. In an instant, bursts of dull sounds came from the arena. Both of them were performing their movements, their bodies flashing continuously, and sounds kept coming. The many disciples of the Lin family under the ring were dazzled by what they saw. The speed of the two was too fast. However, these disciples of the Lin family could not reach the physical training level, and their eyesight could not keep up with the speed of the two. However, many elders of the Lin family, as well as many leaders of forces who were guests, became more and more surprised as they watched. What a promising prospect! The boy named Lin Lang has cultivated to the early stage of Tiangang realm at a young age. His aura is extremely strong. His potential is definitely no less than that of Lin Xiong, that a leader of the force said. What's even more surprising is that this kid Lin Chen, who has only reached the 7th level of the body refining realm, is inseparable from Lin Lang. What a seedling! He agreed. On the other side, Lin Qingtian looked at Lin Chen on the ring with slightly narrowed eyes, a look of surprise on his face. Lin Xiaotian's face was expressionless, but his eyes were fixed on Lin Chen and Lin Lang, as if he was afraid of missing something. In just a moment, Lin Chen and Lin Lang had passed more than 100 moves, and each time they attacked together, they would make a dull sound. However, Lin Lang became more and more solemn as he fought. Every time he attacked, he would increase the force. When he hit the back, he almost used all his strength, but he was still blocked by Lin Chen. Boom! The fist and palm attacked together, and with this force, Lin Lang's body retreated several steps backwards, and he felt numbness in his hands. Even though his cultivation was much higher than Lin Chen's, Lin Lang still felt a little overwhelmed by such a crazy attack. You know, when Lin Chen attacked with all his strength, his punch was as strong as 15,000 kilograms, which was difficult for ordinary veteran Tiangang realm early-stage warriors to resist. It was already very remarkable that Lin Lang could fight him for such a long time. Lin Chen, you have to be careful. This move of mine is called the 6 Extremes Emperor Claw, a low-level Xian-level martial art, that if they continue to fight like this, it would be hard to tell the outcome, so Lin Lang planned to use all his strength. Lin Chen nodded, his expression slightly solemn. Seeing that Lin Chen did not intend to draw out the fine steel sword, Lin Lang's eyes showed a hint of disappointment, and then, his eyes condensed, and he suddenly stretched out a hand and clawed at Lin Chen. His claw looked ordinary, but Lin Chen felt a huge threat. Lin Lang was already very strong, not to mention that he was using low-level Xian-level martial arts. Under such circumstances, the power of his move can be imagined. Seeing this scene, Lin Chen immediately activated the copper power in his body, surging over his fist, and then, his body was like an eagle, rushing towards Lin Lang. Obviously, Lin Chen has already pushed the limit of the ancient bronze body refining art. The ancient bronze body refining art is divided into 4 levels. Lin Chen has only practiced to the 3rd level of broken copper rebirth, but he has no idea about the 4th level. More importantly, Lin Chen has always felt that the ancient bronze body refining art has not been fully exerted. At this moment, attacking Lin Lang like this is just right for him to try the limit of the ancient bronze body refining art. At this moment, many Lin family children, deacons, etc. in the square all held their breath slightly, their eyes widened, and they stared at Lin Chen and Lin Lang on the ring without blinking. Is Lin Chen sure to lose? With this doubt, everyone was extremely focused. Bang! Before everyone could hold their breath for too long, Lin Chen and Lin Lang's attacks collided on the ring. The next moment, they saw the two of them retreating backwards at the same time, their faces turning slightly pale. Everyone's eyes widened even more. Soon, the two of them stopped, but Lin Chen retreated more than 10 steps before stopping. His face was a little pale and he was panting. His fists were clenched and his clothes were torn by the air waves, and his figure was a little embarrassed, and Lin Lang retreated to the edge of the ring and stopped just now. His hair was disheveled, and he was more embarrassed than Lin Chen. More importantly, while his face was pale, his throat was rolling slightly, and he was obviously injured. This Lin Lang, he lost to Lin Chen. That everyone looked at Lin Chen on the ring dumbfounded. Although Lin Lang was not knocked off the ring, in this attack, Lin Chen was firmly in the upper hand. Even if he continued to fight, Lin Lang would definitely lose. And if he won this game, Lin Chen would enter the top 8 of the clan competition. A warrior with the 7th level of body refining realm actually defeated several Tiangang realm warriors in succession and entered the top 8 of the clan competition. Everyone felt incredible. On the ring, Lin Chen's pale face turned red, and he took a breath for a moment before relaxing. On the other side, Lin Lang opened his mouth and swallowed a healing pill, then raised his head and looked at Lin Chen. He smiled bitterly and said, "Lin Chen, you are too abnormal. Even I couldn't make you pull out the fine steel sword. I really don't know how strong your real strength is." Lin Chen smiled. He was also surprised at Lin Lang's strength. Lin Chen also used all his strength in the punch just now. I'm afraid that the punch force reached more than 15,000 pounds, which was definitely a super-level performance. Otherwise, I'm afraid that the ancient bronze body refining technique alone would not be able to defeat Lin Lang. Lin Lang didn't say anything else. He turned around and jumped off the ring directly, and disappeared in a moment. Lin Chen exhaled, turned his head, and said to the referee, "Referee, can you announce the result now?" The referee was still shocked at the moment. He stared at Lin Chen blankly. When he heard the latter's words, he suddenly woke up and shouted, "Lin Chen wins!" Lin Chen smiled and nodded, and jumped off the ring. Almost at the moment when Lin Chen jumped off the ring, Lin Tai woke up from his shock. Seeing that Lin Chen won another game, he felt upset and hurried to Lin Xiong's courtyard. Lin Xiong's competition still had an hour to go. Lin Xiong was not interested in the competitions of other Lin family members, so he did not come to the square. "Brother," Lin Tai hurriedly pushed open the door and said anxiously while walking into the room. Lin Xiong turned his head and looked at Lin Tai, and next to him was Lin Qi. Without thinking too much, Lin Tai went straight to the topic and said in a panic, "Brother, that Lin Chen, he defeated Lin Lang." "What? He defeated Lin Lang?" Lin Xiong hadn't spoken yet, and Lin Qi's face suddenly showed surprise and said, "Originally, Lin Qi had been unwilling to accept the defeat of Lin Chen, but at this moment, when he heard that Lin Lang was also defeated by Lin Chen, he couldn't help but be shocked, and at the same time, he felt relieved. Facing Lin Lang, Lin Qi had no confidence at all, and even Lin Lang was defeated by Lin Chen. So his loss to Lin Chen was not a big deal. However, Lin Tai obviously didn't think so much. He was so anxious that he almost cried, and said, "Brother, we can't let Lin Chen win again."